What is up, party people? Happy Monday. Man, I'm exhausted. Just got back from Coachella. I did everything Belle told me to do. Hopped on a private jet, flew there, went, sat backstage, watched every single performance. I was so excited about that. Or I didn't do that because I'm a grown-up. And I don't have an OnlyFans. Or my OnlyFans isn't playing out the way I thought it was going to. Oh, my God. Just an insane weekend. I watched the landing. Excuse me. The Splashdown. Sorry about that, Belle. I watched the Splashdown on Friday. It was awesome. And quick question, though. Can we not get them out quicker? It felt like, okay, we're just going to put this thing around it so it stops bobbing, and then we're going to put this here. I was like, there's no way we can just do a little bit quicker. It seemed like it took a long time, but I was pumped to watch it. And, then the rest of the weekend was what we thought it was going to be. We had a big thing going on in Pakistan, and that didn't go the way we thought. And I was just talking to Chris. Talk about, look, say what you want about J.D. Vance. A lot of headlines. He loses again because he went over and he tried to help Orban, which was never going to work. And from there, he went off to back. These were never going to be wins for him. It has nothing to do with JD, right? JD didn't want any part of this anyways from jump. So I just want to point that out. That being said, we're in the middle of some chaos.
Going back to the thing about Splashdown and getting them out of the capsule, they can't just open the thing up and have them jump out because if there's a space monster in there, it's going to kill one of them.
I really don't care if there's a space monster. We've got to think about this for television, right? Everything should be done for TV. Everything should be done for Insta and for TikTok. There's a reason we'd stop with the baloney. By the way, I saw several flat earthers and people who think it was fake who they took their little boats out there with little tinfoil hats on waiting for it to come down. It was awesome. It was awesome. I was laughing my head. Ken, how you doing, brother?
What's going on there, Brother Chad Benson?
I was just talking about my weekend at Coachella. It's pretty awesome.
I understand the Biebs had a big night.
So the Biebs thing was rather interesting. He is driving prices to the point where it's insane.
Really?
Yeah, insane. People are renting out their artist bands for a couple hours for like 10 grand.
Good
so you can go
grief.
and go back and get from the artist side. You don't get to go on stage, but it's crazy how insane this is. And they have a poor side and a rich side we're going to get to later, which is really amazing as well.
Wow.
But this weekend, we've got big announcements coming. We're going to have CouchCella, which is where we all sit on the couch, watch our favorite, and the headliner, Naps. Naps be the headliner. I've actually got the whole thing mapped out. It's going to be awesome. Did you watch? Did you get to see any of the ship come down, Splashdown?
Dude, I did not. I have not seen it yet.
Yeah, it is. It was pretty cool. They splashed down. If you believe it's real, maybe you do, maybe you don't.
I
don't
do
know.
believe it's real.
I mean, some people don't. Some people don't. But you know what? Belle was telling me that the plasma thing, the way that they had it, they'll fix it for the next one. But the reason they had to come in even faster is because apparently if they went a little slower, they may have all caught fire.
Oh, wow.
Well, there was issues with parts of it coming off, so they wanted to decrease the time it was going to be in the atmosphere and just get it down that much quicker.
Yeah.
And then there will be a different heat shield on the next mission.
They're going to be one that totally works this time.
I hope so.
This is one of those ones they were doing, Ken, with like, I was surprised that worked.
This could have ended up like Columbia, where they said, "I don't worry about that hole; it's no big deal."
Oh, yeah, that.
Because this was you see stuff flying off of it, and you're like, okay, is that normal? Like all of that stuff? But it was cool, like Charlie and I. But the space monsters, that's what I kept waiting for. No space monsters. No space monsters whatsoever.
At least they're not telling us.
No, but they got out. Everything seems to be okay. We've learned a lot, and we move on.
Yep.
And it was awesome.
Now we go and we build that base.
So let's do it. Let's do it for it. Let's get there.
I mean, I don't know how many more years I've got. I mean, honestly, I feel like I'll be lucky if I make it to the average age, for the American male. What is it, 77 now
Yeah,
that we're
something
supposed
like
to
that,
live to? Or 74 or something?
You got about 6 months if you don't get us the boat.
Yeah, that's true.
I just want to see us launch from the moon a mission to Mars. That's what I'd like to be alive for.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
But you know what? You were thinking that you might not, but modern technology, AI taking stuff over, you may live to be 100.
That's true.
That's true.
And this may happen faster than I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it is fake, so you know how it is. The amount of people that were like, it's totally fake, it's not real. The launch wasn't real, it was a balloon. They get up there, they're hiding. It's totally flat. Oh, my. I was watching some of the flat, the way that they've designed the flat Earth in their minds is pretty awesome.
Well, here's the thing. If the Earth was flat, the minute the sun comes up, everybody's got sunlight.
Yeah.
It's not delayed.
No. Yeah, so we don't need.
It's like there's no East time, Central time.
Yeah, well, like Australia,
Pacific
all of us,
time.
we're on the same. It's all sunny all the time.
Exactly.
So what do you think happens in Europe right now or over in the Middle East? They just have a big tarp they pull over to fool everybody? The Giants? The Giants pull over a tarp so nobody sees it. That's how they fool us.
Giants.
God, but it was awesome to watch. Charlie was very excited. She had all of her aliens. She was kind of hoping there was going to be an alien.
So does she have some toy aliens that
she's got a couple. She's got a lot of stuffies that are aliens, but her favorite one is this green one, and she was super excited, thinking maybe that there was going to be another one. And I'm like, that's coming. That's coming soon. Not right now, though. So not right now. This was them coming back. So Trump. Did you see he took down his?
Yeah, I've been getting some news alerts about apparently there was an image of Trump as Christ.
So have you not seen it?
I have not.
Oh my God!
It.
So it is. First of all, he's trying to explain. He's like, I was a doctor. Really? Really? What doctor wears a long white robe with a red shawl? Floating, essentially, laying their hands on with glowing hands in one, and your hands glowing, and you have angels coming down. And by the way, some of the angels happen to be also, I don't know, army men. Oh. And there's also an F-18. It is incredible. And he's like, I was a doctor. And people are like, see, I knew he wasn't making fun of God. I don't really think so. I think this one you swung and missed at. You just have to own it.
So how long was it up before he took it down?
He put it down. He put it up yesterday, and finally enough people said, yeah, this isn't right. It is spectacular. If you've not seen it, it is if this was Biden or anybody else, you guys would lose your mind. So let's stop with the oh no, it's just it was a bad move.
Yeah.
It was a very bad move. This is, I mean, I'm going to send it to you right now. It is incredible. Just to look at it, you think to yourself, how are you a doctor? I don't even see a stethoscope.
That's how he tried to play it off.
Yeah, that's what he tried to play it off. He tried to play it off like, oh, yeah, I was a doctor in this. This is me as a doctor. Dr. Jesus? Is that who you're trying to be?
Dr. Christ Jesus.
Oh, God, it was.
Goodness.
I said it to you guys. You can't. I mean, come on, enough. Don't buy into it either, people. Come on. It was not good. It was a swing and miss. Every once in a while, people swing and miss.
Yeah.
Are you looking at it?
No, I haven't. It hasn't come to me yet.
Oh my God, Kenny! It is the greatest thing I just thought, as far as my first thought is, how are you playing this one off, man?
Yeah.
Like, what exactly are you thinking that people are going to buy into it? And he sat around all day and he thought,
yeah, maybe people don't like it.
Yeah. I'm a doctor. That's what he's trying to pass it off of.
How come I'm not getting this yet?
I don't know. I said it here. You should get it again. I said it.
Did you send it on the gram?
No, on your text.
On text? Okay.
So
what in the world's going on?
I don't know, man. Oh, it's probably because it's blasphemy.
Yeah.
But is it really? Because it's Trump. No blasphemy. No blasphemy.
Well, it'll come to me eventually, I guess, Brother Chad.
Yeah. So I'm just, Trump is he's had a weekend. Let's just say that. There's been a lot of swings and misses this weekend, and now we're apparently have a blockade. So I just want to get this right. It feels like I was going to break up with her first, but she broke up with me, but I thought of it. Doesn't it feel like that? Like you quit before you got fired, or did they fire you before you quit?
Well, and I'm not sure how this blockade is working. Like, so we're blocking Iranian ships, right?
Yes.
But not everybody else's ships.
Not everybody else's ships. Like, so China and those, we're not going to be blocking those.
They can go in and out if
they want their oil to get out.
Gotcha.
Okay. But if Iran is going to make money on it, outside of a few people that we're okay with them making money on it, like we don't care if China and stuff. But yeah, for the most part, that's the way it's. I have no idea. I don't think they know. I don't think anybody really knows what's going on at this point in time. And how long is this going to last?
Yeah. I mean, okay, so when this thing started, we were told, 4 to 6 weeks?
Yes. So 6 weeks would be this Saturday. Yeah. This isn't happening.
So we've got 1 week to go.
Yeah. And unless he just decides to go, I'm done.
Yeah.
And we pull it. But the problem is, if you walk away from this now, so now you're letting them keep the enriched uranium that you were terrified to let them do. You've strengthened their hold on their people. You've also allowed them to take over the Strait of Hormuz so they can enrich themselves. So that's not a win. That's an absolute loss. That's a big L. So that's why, I heard Chris start to show off. He's like, if you think this is going to go just until this weekend, man, that is unless he comes up with some radical thing where it's like, don't tell everybody I'm letting you guys do this.
Yeah, the whole part about, just saying this is how long it's going to last and that's how it's going to be. It's never that way. It's never that way. And
no.
So now, so now we're putting on the blockade. Yeah. And so now we got to see how that goes.
We got to see how that goes. So everybody's blocking everybody else. And they said, the Iranians are like, look, we'll see who can withstand the pain the longest. They've been in pain for a long time.
Well, and again, we've said it over and over again. This regime, they don't care about their people.
No.
Bomb all you want.
Yeah.
Those threats the threat that Trump made, against a civilization, that doesn't bother the regime at all. They don't care.
No, they don't.
They do it to their own people.
They're willing to. They're little Kaiser Sose. They're willing to do it to their own to show you guys how serious they are. So that's hard to.
And they're willing to wait this out.
Yeah, and they've been at war. They've been on a war footing since the 80s. They're being blockaded all the time. They're being sanctioned all the time. They figure out how to survive. They've been around for 5,000 years, the Persians. So it's not like So they, like you said, they do it to their own people. They're not worried if you're going to do it to them and their people. Fine, saves us from having to do it.
Yeah,
that's the way it is.
That's really. It's as horrible as that is to think. That is, I believe, how they think.
Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting to see the way this thing plays itself out. So much stuff to get to. Again, CouchCella coming this weekend. We're going to do it big. And, I asked poor Belle in there. I said, Belle, how was your weekend? Did you get enough sleep? You know why? Because they didn't have CouchCella.
Gotta have that CouchCella, man.
So we're going to, and I've got the full thing produced. It's spectacular. So starting tomorrow, our big announcements for CouchCella. So be ready for that. A lot of good stuff to get today. More of this, more of that, a lot of this. What about this? A lot of that. Whew. It's that kind of show. It's a Monday. Happy Monday. Chad Bento, Super Talk 99.7. Omaha Steaks is amazing. Let me tell you something about Omaha Steaks. So last night, my wife, she took the smash burgers and she cut them up. As she fried them up like we were going to have burgers, she cut them up then. This is all from Omaha Steaks, right? Like, not going to break the bank, 50% off right now. You're going to save an extra $35 at checkout and use my code Benson. Then she made pasta, special red sauce. It was delicious. The most amazing thing. It was incredible. Why? Because Omaha Steaks. Protein delivered right to you. No worry about what's in it. You get a money-back guarantee. What kind of weird drugs are pumped into it? We're talking about USDA-certified, tender, incredible Omaha Steaks at a price, again, it's not going to break your bank. It is incredible. So you can do fillets, you can do pot roast. They've got lasagna. You want comfort food? They've got everything you can think of, and you can even make up your own. You're like, you know what? All I want is seafood. Do it. All I want is burgers. Do it. They've got it all for you right now. You get it by going to omahasteaks.com using my code Benson. That's omahasteaks.com. Code Benson saves you an extra $35 off it. Check out omahasteaks.com. Code Benson. See site for detailed terms. May apply.
Shaky ceasefire being held between Iran and the U.S. We'll also tell you about what's going on between Israel and Hezbollah coming up at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Yeah, that's a nightmare, too.
That's a whole nother issue.
And I don't think that's going to slow down anytime soon. They are, Bibi's ready to roll. He wants to do this, whatever this is. Why do we have to do this with him? You want to fight them? Knock yourself out. Why do I have to be involved in your fight at this point in time? We can't afford it. Whatever happened to, maybe we should pay attention to, the dollars and cents, because the math isn't mathing. And we're going to get into some serious money troubles, even though we already are, when, everybody who right now, because I know Chris was talking about boomers and Gen Z, and that's what we've been talking about here. The reality is, wait till they say, hey, you know what? You're only going to get 75% of what you were getting on Social Security, and we're going to have to cut your Medicare. What? Yeah, or we're going to have to raise taxes. Because here's the thing. Nobody wants taxes to be raised, but everybody wants stuff. I don't know how that works.
Unfortunately, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's just to let you guys know, that doesn't work at all. I mean, it's insane to think that that's the thing that's going to work is, okay, we're going to give everybody tax breaks, and we're going to run up the debt even more, and we're going to get into wars, and when all is said and done, hey, we're not going to be broke. How are we not broke? $40 trillion and growing every second.
Yeah, but the Republicans are going to fix that. They said so.
They did. They did.
About 40 years ago.
They super said so. Go look at Greece. And that's the other thing. We're not producing kids. Last week, that report that came out, great news. Teens aren't having babies. Neither are people in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
Do you know if it wasn't for immigration, illegal and legal immigration, we would be in a hurting just like Korea and Japan? You need a 2.1 is the above replacement. We're at like 1.6, 1.7. Imagine what it's like if we take away immigration, illegal and legal immigration, what that would look like.
There was a story I saw on YouTube about North Korea, and they are actually experiencing the same thing. They're having a birth rate collapse, and that's the one thing that people believe can actually bring down the regime because there's no way for them to force people to have more kids.
Yeah.
And when you lose your growth and you don't have people to for taxes and working in the factories and all that stuff, you end up running out of the ability to run a country.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, go look at Greece. Greece let everybody retire when they were like 8. But what ended up happening was they had you're supposed to have like 6 to 12 employees working for every one retiree. Well, the retirees are holding on longer because they don't want to retire. Because they're not 65 and close to death. Now they're 64 and they're like, I'm still living a great life. And the second part of it is they're living way longer. They're costing a lot more. And with all that being said, we don't have the replacement for them. So either something's got to give. I don't know. Maybe it turns into Logan's Run and we just get to like 40 and then they start taking you out and shooting you. Remember that? Remember Logan's Run?
I do.
Yeah, they did it at 30.
Yeah. Oh, was it 30? Good God. But you live a good life and everybody's beautiful. So it's a little give and take there.
And you get to hang out with Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah. There wasn't really ugly people in the Logan's Run world. It's kind of like Gattaca, right? There's no ugly people. So would you live to 30 to be an influencer and then they float you in space and shoot you around? Those are the questions you need to ask. All right, guys, coming up. Who knows what? It'll be fun. We're going to make you guys laugh. I promise you that. Some of you asking questions. Yes, Trump did pick a fight with the Pope because, yeah, that's smart. I have no idea why. I don't know what happened there. But apparently, the Pope loves crime. It's spectacular. Talk about that, among other things, straight ahead. Chad Benson's Show, Super Talk 99.7.
$12:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. Let you know how long this rain's going to hang around. We've got moving through the area right now. Some of it heavier in places than others. A shaky ceasefire being held between Iran and the U.S., although the recent U.S. military blockade of ships utilizing Iranian ports in the Strait of Hormuz may change that. In Lebanon, the Iranian-backed Hezbollah group and the Israelis still trading fire, and Iran has said that any action taken in Lebanon by Israel would violate terms of the ceasefire. We get more from ABC's Marcus Moore in Beirut.
We have also heard from the president of Lebanon, who's out with a statement today, a recent statement expressing optimism about talks that are expected tomorrow in Washington between U.S., Israeli, and Lebanese officials on potentially reaching a ceasefire agreement here in Lebanon.
As if drought and surging energy and feed costs weren't bad enough, Texas agriculture faces a rising threat from south of the border. We get more from ABC's Jim Ryan in Dallas.
It's been nearly 2 years since a parasite called the New World screwworm was detected in central Mexico. Here in Texas,
we have like a $35 billion livestock industry, so it would affect that.
Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller has been monitoring the northward migration of the screwworm.
They're here, just across our border.
About 90 miles away in the Mexican state of Nuevo Leon. Miller is urging Texas cattle ranchers to closely monitor their herds. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman touting a successful mission for the Artemis II crew. The astronauts who journeyed around the moon brought back with them photos, data, other types of information that NASA says will be helpful in future Artemis missions. Isaacman says on Good Morning America, the crew will debrief other members of NASA and also help future crews.
I have no doubt probably pages and pages of debrief points that we will share with the other crew members. Again, the operational personnel will do system-by-system debriefs with the various engineers. We'll take those fixes and, again, roll them into Artemis 3, which will launch next year.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
All right, guys, getting close to tax time. You got everything sorted out. You need some help still. You're running around going, how about this? My friends over at Beacon Capital Management can help you. They're going to give you a free personalized financial consultation. This includes your dollars and cents, your money, right? Because you don't want to outlive retirement, as we've been talking about that. On top of that, they can help you with everything from taxes to healthcare to long-term care to estate planning and everything in between. They're local. They're incredible. And then get you those breaks in the one big, beautiful bill that, you probably aren't really thinking about, but you can take advantage of. You're over 65. You're eligible for an additional senior deduction up to $6,000 with a phase out. It's not complete elimination taxes, Social Security, but it's a helper. But all of these things will phase out. You got to take advantage of them while you can. Top of that, whether it is your retirement, your dollars and cents, your income, want to make sure that it's set and you can live and be comfortable. They can help you with that as well. So call Beacon today. Get a free personalized financial consultation. Call 615-488-9303, 615-488-9303. Check them out online at beaconcm.com, beaconcm.com, Beacon Capital Management. This is the paid placement. I had no idea that the Pope was into crime. I had no idea.
He's into crime.
I had no idea.
I don't think he's doing a very good job. He likes crime, I guess. We don't like it. We don't like a pope that's going to say that it's okay to have a nuclear weapon. We don't want a pope that says crime is okay in our cities. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Pope Leo. He's a very liberal person, and he's a man that doesn't believe in stopping crime. He's a man that doesn't think that we should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapon so they can blow up the world. I'm not a fan of Pope Leo.
No, not a fan. Because he loves crime. That's the first thing I knew when I saw that guy. Chicago. Somebody else tweeted that too, or Texas. He loved things. He grew up, and the first thing he thought is, I want to be just like Capone. It's my goal. My goal is to be just like Capone. I want to be all about crime, right? It's going to be awesome. He said that about the Pope. He loves crime. He loves it. He loves it. He can't stay away from crime. I don't even know what it's about. And I'm just like, oh, my God. And then he tweets out that picture. It's me as a doctor. Really? What kind of doctor is that? Just in curiosity.
Me as a doctor.
If I was just to move everything away from there and I said, what is this? Is this a doctor? You're like, what the hell are you talking about? Doctor? This is not a doctor outfit. What is that? That's crime. It's crime. He's a part of crime, and I'm a doctor.
I'm going to heal crime.
And he wants me to get. I knew that. I called the Pope the other day. I said, Leo, your good buddy Chad over here in America, is it true you love Iran? And you're like, I hope these guys get a nuclear weapon. He's like, I can't stop. I'd enrich it here at the Vatican if they'd let us. Just so bizarre.
Man,
It
is.
Is that insane? The Pope has to come out and go, I'm not going to stop preaching the message of Christ. And, I don't like crime. War's bad. Crime, I think it's a good thing. He likes crime. I know it. I talked to him. He was like, I love crime. He's running drugs every day in the Vatican. That's what they do. That's who they are. Some of you out there are like, yeah, I'm having trouble. I knew today, I was like, he's going to have trouble defending this one. And then he comes out, he's like,
A picture, man.
I'm a doctor. And some of you are like,
Goodness.
yeah. Did you see the picture?
I still haven't seen it, but I can imagine it.
I don't think you can imagine it. As crazy as it is, you're like, there's no way. That's the kind of thing where you type something funny into Gronk or something and that pops up.
Oh, here we go. Oh my.
I love the jets behind him. He's an angel with jets.
Oh my.
Somebody says he looks more like a Jedi.
What in the...
They won't let him have a lightsaber, though.
No, God, no.
So who's the patient supposed to be?
I don't know. Jeffrey Epstein.
Crime.
It's crime. That's who it is. It's the old Pope. I'm saving him with my Dr. Heals. You're as much as a doctor, medical doctor, as Jill Biden was. Not a licensed medical professional. And, somebody just said a lot of people out there have TDS goes in two directions. Somebody, you can't excuse this today. Sorry, that was not, I don't know what he was saying. And then they come out and say, because I was a doctor. First of all, is there nobody around him that says, don't post that? How about no? How about the no on that one? Like, you could post some stuff and you're going to get away with your crazy stuff. We get it. But that's no. No.
So what was it about a month ago? It was the Obamas as apes.
The Obamas as apes.
That he actually left up for a while.
Yes. What did he say about, there's so many of them. There was and then last week it was, what did he say about the Muslims?
I
Praise
can't.
be Allah.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever he said, and you're just like, he knows, new guy.
Brian,
new guy, Brian. What did he say?
it was on the Easter holiday, and he was like, he wrapped up his truth with all praise go to Allah or something like that.
Yeah, that's solid. And everybody's like, And then this. But the thing is that makes me laugh. It's like, just come out and go, look, guys, I tried. I was late. I was doing a whole bunch. I thought it was neat looking. And you just move on, right? Instead, you're like, I'm a doctor. And people are like, yeah, totally.
Goodness gracious,
man. Oh my God. So
that guy to me has a touch of Hunter Biden to him, the patient in the meme.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. Oh my God, Brian for the win right there. It does look a little bit like that. Did you see Hunter Biden wanted to challenge? What did he want to challenge? He challenged.
Jesus is healing him up from his addictions.
Oh, is that what he's doing? Bringing him up, the Lord?
Yeah, he was kvetching the other day about being poor. I guess the paintings ain't quite moving like they used to.
Ain't what they used to.
You want to get high?
Oh, you can't always get high. You know what I'm saying, guys?
So Hunter's saying he's poor?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, he owed a bunch of money to bankruptcy and couldn't pay it or something.
Yeah. So and when Dad's not there to help you sell your $500,000 paintings.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh God. But I think
these paintings were like the ones with the banana taped to the wall, basically, And he was moving them.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good stuff right there. I wish I could do that. I just remember, was it that he, I think last week, didn't he challenge the Hunter Biden challenge Eric and Don Jr. to a wrestling match?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I think so. Like a UFC cage match?
Dude, that's got to happen.
By the way, I'm going to say this right now. Judging by all of the things that Hunter's been through, if his heart doesn't explode, dude, he survived a lot. He's the kind of thing where a snake would bite him and the snake would die from an overdose. What
Oh,
happened to
my
Snake? It bit me and it
goodness.
died.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, goodness me.
Maybe I need to pay more attention to stuff on the weekends.
You know what? I try not to, but I did because all I was doing was CouchCella this weekend. That's all I did. I wanted to see if I could pull it off. And now that I know I could pull off CouchCella, I'm pretty excited about it.
You know what? There is something different about taking a nap on the couch as opposed to like in your bed.
Oh, absolutely.
For some reason on the couch, I can fall asleep on my back.
Yes.
But in my bed,
No.
I cannot fall asleep on my back.
I cannot get comfortable on my back, but because you know why? You're kind of leaning up, right? And it's so much better. A little bit of noise around, right? And I get a better sleep when I'm like that.
Yes.
I do. But this weekend, I'm telling you what, guys, if you guys missed on Bieber, I got a little bit of Bieber for you.
All right.
You got the fever of the Bieber. So it was.
That's way to go, Beebs.
So the Beeb comes out, and at first he's got his computer, and there's a big, screen behind him, and he karaoke's a lot of his music. Like the first hour he did some new stuff, and then the second hour was all like he karaoke'd himself singing that song along with it. It's all playing behind him, including D's Nuts Guy, which was hilarious. So that because now see it's hilarious. But people are like, oh, my God, I got to go again. That's how it was insane, how excited people were to see the Bieber, because the Bieber, he's had some issues. There's no doubt. You know, it's what happens when you're 12 and you're worth $25 gazillion.
Yeah.
Not because you are an influencer, it's because of your talent. And, you're driving around in a Ferrari and you got a monkey in the front seat and you're like 10 years old. You might have issues, too. But it's hard to go back to singing like you're 12, right? When you're 30.
Yeah.
But then I watched like the Sabrina Carpenter thing. She had what's his name come out? Will Ferrell.
Really?
Yeah, he's walking on the stage and he's like, I can't believe we can't turn this thing on. And he finds a thing and he plugs it in, but he's doing a bit for like a minute and a half. And she's got all this big stuff going on, but then she got in trouble because somebody did the thing, and she thought it was yodeling. She's like, it's stupid. Stop that. Oh. And it was, and so she's had to come out and apologize for that. But you know who was great? David Byrne from Talking Heads.
Oh, I bet.
He was great because I watched him. I've just flipping. I'm not watching the thing. I'm just flipping around on the old, instant stuff because it shows me all the stuff I need to know.
Did he wear his big shoulders where he's dancing around and his arms are flopping up?
He did all kinds of stuff, but he was on stage and the world was moving. And they're all in orange, like it was. There she was, doing this stuff. And he was funny. And then there was a lot of, who was there? Teddy Swims, right? He's doing it, but with him was David Lee Roth.
That's what I heard.
I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Teddy's put on a few pounds. He was kind of already a big guy. And David Lee Roth, by the way, is about, I'm going to do it in women's size. He's a size 0.
He weighs about 100 pounds.
Yes, and they sang "Wish They All Could Be California Girls" or one of those things. But it was an interesting time, and the rich side, poor side, but the money. Get ready for this. So people are very excited. The cost for food is what a lot of people were talking about.
I got 3 cheeseburgers. It came out to $99.
Whoa.
2 coffees and these 2 burritos that are actually pretty good cost us $64.
I'm at Coachella, and I would like to inform you guys, I just paid $41 for 2 pieces of pizza and a Coca-Cola. But we're going to try it and see how it is, because every time I eat at Coachella, it's so expensive. But I went through a lot of sets. I went through Casa, I went through Sabina. I'm hungry, and I'm about to go see Blood Orange with Coachella Boo. I don't know. All right. It tastes like cold tomato sauce. I'm done.
Yeah, I was watching people pay. The little itty-bitty, red cups, but they're plastic and stuff. Those were going for $25 for a beer.
Goodness.
$25 for a beer. And some stuff, I saw somebody got a burrito. It was like $40 for a burrito and a water. And I'm like, and then the showers. Oh,
that's crazy, man. Yeah. What is going on?
Well, where are they getting all this money?
That's what I want to know.
I am fascinated by that. That's a lot of people are asking the question. You know what they do? They work all year and they save up for this thing.
Yeah, some
in
of them,
particular.
yeah.
That's what they do. They save up for this.
If they did that much prep, why not prep some meals?
Some of them did. Some of them did. But the problem is you're so far away from, if you're hungry, you're so far away from the event because you got to walk back to your spot, especially if you're camping there.
Yeah.
But if you just show up, then if you camp, you can bring food in. If you're not camping, you can't bring food in. So.
Just like a movie, huh?
It is. It's exactly like a movie. All right, coming up. I got some of your text messages. Very interesting. Some of you are mad at me, and a lot of you are like, I'm really frustrated with this situation. I think we should all be frustrated with the situation. That's why CouchCella this weekend is going to make you feel so much better. And if you've not seen it, I've got the full CouchCella lineup coming. It's got a commercial and everything because I want us all to enjoy CouchCella, okay? It's what we're all about here on the Chad Benson Show. All right, guys, Bulwark Capital, my friends, love to talk to you, doing quite well. And why is that? Because your investments, your retirement, you want places you want to go, they're going to show you how to get there. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It's about you. First and foremost, protect what you work so hard for, right? So it's all about risk management. Lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility. How can they give you the most upside potential? A global outlook through their fundamentals gives you the opportunities to grow in major ways when it comes to your investments and your retirement. They're going to give you a free portfolio review. It's not going to cost you anything at all. You just sit down with them. They'll go through your portfolio, show you what's going on, where you are in your way to retirement, and go from there. It's that simple. This is what I want you to do. Sign up for it today. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. That's KNOWriskpodcast.com. Or you can check them out online at Bulwark Capital Management. Investment advisory service offered through Check Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance not guarantee future results. Check 2647.
President Trump telling reporters at the White House today why talks with Iran broke down. Also, fallout from Catholic and other religious communities after the president attacked Pope Leo. Got those stories and a lot more coming up at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Attacking the Pope. What are you thinking? I was a doctor. Did I not look like a doctor? Did you guys not get that from doctorate?
I'm going to wrestle the Pope.
It would be so funny if you did that. We're going to do it. First, it starts with thumb wars, and then it's on from there. We may Indian wrestle with our feet, and then it's going to be really on.
It'll be the headline event. Before that, it'll be Hunter Biden against my two sons.
Not the third one that's 9 feet tall. He's too young.
He's too
His
young.
wife won't let him.
The ironic part is, Trump was in wrestling and all that, so he's used to Royal Rumbles,
Oh, yeah, that's right. He is. I forgot about the wrestling.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something. That would be something. A lot of you guys chiming in, too, about how expensive it is. So AEG, who now runs everything out there and owns the Empire Polo Club and everything, they charge 25% of whatever dollar you sell for your hot dog. Okay? Then they've got to, look, but the amount of money that people are pouring in, somebody said they're probably going to go buy drugs. They can't afford it. They bought a water.
Yeah.
It's like, you're either going to get LSD or you're going to get a water. Those are your two choices. It's going to be great. Man, and the next hour we're going to go over the poor side and the rich side of Coachella. Which
I didn't know there were two sides.
There is. And let me tell you guys something. The rich side, they are doing all right. The poor side, it is the other side of the tracks. It is. There's some other side of the tracks. If you're in GA, that's general admission. Have you ever been to a festival?
No. Well, like that, no.
Well, yeah, there's not many like that. Lollapalooza was the first kind of thingy. Bell, I'm sure, has been to a couple of these things.
When Blockbuster moved their headquarters to Dallas, they put on a festival to, celebrate.
Yeah.
And they put it in the Dallas Raceway, which if it's the stands, that's 80,000 people.
Yeah.
They opened up the infield, too, so it was 300,000 people trying to drive into the complex.
Well, zero. As I said last week, if it was in my house, I'd leave. There's too many people here. I'm done. But I've been out there before. It's once everybody's in, there's plenty of room because the Empire Polo Grounds are massive. But it's the getting in. People are waiting 2 hours to take a shower. A shower.
Man.
I would just go, look, I'm here for 3 days. We're all going to stink. I'm just going to get over it.
I was getting ready to say that wouldn't bother me because I always wait until Saturday.
Yeah, there we go. So, but like Bonnaroo, how many people go to Bonnaroo, you think?
I don't know. There's quite a few.
Brian would know. New guy, Brian.
Ryan.
New guy, Brian. You know what? I'm going to give you your name. You're just going to deal with it, Brian. So, okay. So, new guy, Ryan, have you been to Bonnaroo?
No, but I'm from that area. I'm from Tullahoma.
Okay.
And I think it's like 50 to 70,000 people, something like that.
Do people rent out their houses and do all that kind of stuff, nowadays or no?
They whore out driveways to sleep in. Yeah.
That's right there. That's a good thing. I mean, the amount of money people are getting for, just like the Masters, we talked about it last week. If you got a house near Augusta, my God, I mean, you can get $25,000 for the week. Do it. Just go somewhere else. Take your vacation. I would.
I wonder how much you could sell your driveway for parking.
Probably
$100 a night.
Yeah. Oh, easy. Yeah.
Because you can't get a hotel. I mean, all the hotels within a 50-mile radius are done.
Yeah. La Quinta Inn was going for $3,000. The La Quinta Inn, no offense, La Quinta Inn, I have stayed there on many occasions. You're not a $3,000 a night hotel. You're a motel. Right? If I can see my door, I can park right in front of my door. It's a motel.
Do they have window unit air conditioners?
Of course they do.
Now that tells you right. With the plastic streamers.
Absolutely. Goodness me.
Well, it's working. The streamers are extended.
The streamers are. It's going to be awesome. If you have to triple latch your door just in case, chances are it's not a $3,000 a night motel. All right, coming up, hour number 2 of the program, more on Iran. What's going on over there? I don't know. We're going to find out in the coming days, weeks, and months. Trump's fighting with the Pope, among other things. Chad Ben says, Super Talk, 99.7.
1 o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Let you know how long this rain's going to hang around. President Trump telling reporters at the White House today why talks with Iran broke down.
It was over nuclear, very similar. Yeah, very good. I guess you're listening. It's over the fact that they will never have a nuclear weapon. Iran, you marking it down? Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. And we agreed to a lot of things, but they didn't agree to that. And I think they will agree to it. I'm almost sure of it. In fact, I am sure of it. If they don't agree, there's no deal. There'll never be a deal.
ABC News contributor and former NATO Supreme Allied Commander, retired General Wesley Clark, says Trump's messaging to NATO allies isn't helping those leaders communicate the operations to their constituents.
The thing is, we didn't deal with NATO the right way. These countries are democracies. You can't simply call in the middle of the night to a prime minister of a democracy and say, get your troops or ships out here right away. I'm doing a secret operation. It just doesn't work that way. You have to go through a NATO planning process. During that planning process, they work their domestic constituencies, just like we would.
Fallout from Catholic and other religious communities after President Trump went after Pope Leo for comments he has been making where he urges peace around the world and criticizing President Trump's immigration policies. The president called the Pope, quote, soft on crime, also said in a social media post that, quote, I don't want a Pope who criticizes the President of the United States. ABC's Melissa Adon traveling with the Pope and said he responded to Trump's comments while on the papal plane.
He actually stopped and listened to some of our questions and answered them, including questions regarding President Trump's latest social media comments with his harsh criticism to Pope Leo, calling him weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy. Well, Pope Leo responding to our questions, including when he was asked what he thinks if he fears the Trump administration. Well, Pope Leo saying he has no fear of the Trump administration, and also adding that he will continue to preach the gospel.
While he still denies the sexual assault allegations that have been leveled against him in the past few days, California Democrat Eric Swalwell no longer running for governor. Now he's facing calls to resign his seat in the House and threats to expel him if he doesn't. But he's not the only one, as ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy reports from Washington.
There's now talk of not only expelling Eric Swalwell, but also 3 other scandal-plagued members of the House in one fell swoop. That sort of thing hasn't happened since a pair of Confederates from Missouri and Kentucky were purged from the body in 1861. 2 of the targets of the possible expulsion effort are Democrats, and 2 are Republicans, so removing all 4 at the same time would not affect the balance of power in the chamber. It would take a bipartisan 2/3 vote to pull it off.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
What is up? Happy Monday. Sports on the program brought to you by NCA, National Certified Alarm. No long-term contracts. Lesson number 645. Trump at war with Iran and the Pope, as you are. Also depicted himself something as of a doctor.
Integrity.
So I want you guys to understand something. Trump saying he's a doctor is because he tweeted something out where he thought that's what doctors wear. Is that where I'm going with this? Is that what he thought? I just want to be sure that that's what he thought. Because he's like, the Jesus post, I thought it was a doctor.
I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better.
You know who's a doctor like that? Dr. Strange.
Oh.
That's the closest you can become as a doctor is Dr. Strange, because you look like you're about ready to do the thing with the hands. That's about it. When he wasn't doing that, he was telling the Pope, you're a liberal, a freak, I'll fight you. The Pope's like, I'm not afraid of you.
Now there is a cage match. I mean,
That's
you got
right.
Biden, you got the Suns, and then the Pope is the wild card.
Oh, yeah. Coming off the thing. Right? Just ready to roll.
Would be awesome.
It's all happening, kids. Where am I? I feel like I woke up and it feels like it's my dimension, but then there's something about it's a little off.
Dude, it's like Jon Stewart said whenever he went back to the Daily Show or something. A couple of years ago, he said, are we sure we didn't all die during COVID and we're in some sort of weird purgatory?
I know. It's weird. I feel like it's I don't know. Just an interesting situation.
I thought it was a doctor.
I thought I was part of Red Cross. What? Have you ever, did they wear that at Red Cross? I'm looking. I don't see that.
Oh.
I don't see. By the way, there is no floating angels coming down from the sky like in Red Cross. I don't remember that. I don't. It's just this whole thing. This has not been a good weekend. This is like if all the weekends you're like, you know what? I'm thinking this is maybe not the best of the weekend. But the good news is Trump does think that the Pope is, well, he's a bad dude, as we all know. And well, and everybody's like, well, the Pope does this. This Pope's a new Pope. Can't blame old Pope stuff on new Pope. Okay? You just can't. You can't go and say, well, no, this is a new Pope. And new Pope, maybe he's done something wrong. Maybe he hasn't. I don't know if he's all about crime.
I don't think he's doing a very good job. He likes crime, I guess. We don't like it. We don't like a Pope that's going to say that it's okay to have a nuclear weapon. We don't want a Pope that says crime is okay in our cities. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Pope Leo. He's a very liberal person, and he's a man that doesn't believe in stopping crime. He's a man that doesn't think that we should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapon so they can blow up the world. I'm not a fan of Pope Leo.
Not a fan of that guy. So, not a fan. I don't know how you're not a fan of the Pope, because he's the Pope. I mean, I don't know. I don't know many popes. I don't think I haven't, what he wants you to be nice to immigrants and to not have war. I mean, that seems pretty good thing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm a smidge wrong, but it doesn't seem like it's a horrible thing. And I don't know where he gets he's all about the crime. What kind of crime are we talking here? Is he a bootlegger? Because he is from Chicago, right? Is he bootlegging? Is he doing that thing? Is he running women? I mean, that's the old school. This is new.
Running women.
Is that what he's doing? Pope's rolling deep in the Pope mobile?
Could be fixing ball games.
Oh, yeah, it could be. That'd be something to do. In Italy? Absolutely.
And it's like Brother Bilal says, poping ain't easy.
Poping ain't easy. Got to get that shirt ready. Poping ain't easy. So I'm just saying, And then, of course, you have all that's going on in the Middle East, and it's a nightmare. They are like, yeah, we're not letting them come in. And we're like, well, we're not letting them go out. And I'm like, it's kind of the way it was last week. I don't know what you guys expect. It didn't go well. And I don't blame JD. I saw a lot of people going after JD. Look, am I the biggest fan of JD? I am not. But he was the loudest in the room about this is not a good thing to get into. And the other side of it is he was put in a situation where it was going to be virtually impossible. Because remember, while you're negotiating this, what's Israel want? Because that's going to play a lot into this. They're not slowing down when it comes to Lebanon. And they've said that. And he's also on trial. So as we all know, with Bibi, the closer he gets to trial, the bigger the bombs are.
Didn't his trial start yesterday?
It was supposed to start yesterday. I don't know if it was opening. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, he was scheduled to be in court yesterday. So I don't know. And this is, the stuff that he is accused of is serious stuff. And they're having constitutional issues over there right now. There's a lot of stuff going on. And Israel, by the way, is exhausted. Since October 8th, they've been at war. And that is not stopping. And now you've opened up another front into Lebanon, and you're taking more and more places. You're going and you're annexing more and more places, right? You're like claiming that you got all these, pilgrims that are moving in. You're doing all this stuff. And now you're in this position where what are you going to do in Lebanon? Are you really going to put boots on the ground? And you're telling everybody, oh, yeah, we're ready for this. Well, what about us? I don't want boots on the ground. Are we going to be forced to? I heard Chris talking this morning. I'm like, let's see what's going on with Chris. And Chris is all saying the same thing. If you think this is 6 weeks, unless there's some magic that happens, and God willing, I hope it does, where they go, you know what? You're right. We don't want all this uranium. This is stupid. Take it all from us. And we want to be friends. And all the IRGC said, we're going to lay our weapons down and we're going to kumbaya with everybody. And we're walking away from this. Absolutely. Could it happen? Anything. And I mean, anything is possible.
What if the only way to get the gas prices down was to have boots on the ground, though?
What kind of boots? Are we taking over Carg Island? Or are we going to have to go in full force? Costing us tens of trillions of gazillions of dollars, men and women losing their lives. Yeah, I'm sorry. That ship sailed. You've made this bed. Now you got to figure out how you're going to get out of it.
Nip it in the bud.
I'm not sure we're going to nip it in the bud, which, by the way, you can watch some of that at Coachella this weekend. Right? Maybe you want to watch a little Andy Mayberry. It's possible at Coachella. So maybe you're going to want to watch some of that, and we're going to get again to Coachella.
Andy!
Andy. But boots on the ground, is it worth it? For what? To get them to stop enriching? The enrichment side, it's too late. That shark, and by the way, somebody didn't like my shark movie. We're going to talk about that later. That ship has sailed, and you could take all of their uranium today, everything they have, and they could build it back up in a few months. Are we going to do this every 3 to 6 months? Now, there was a fatwa on it, meaning, hey, they put a religious thing saying we are not going to do it. But that's the old guy. New guy, well, you killed his dad, and you made him ugly, and he's not happy. And couldn't they go out and enrich it and make a bomb? It is possible. It is absolutely possible. So what's that mean? That means everybody's going to have to get a bomb. So they can all stare at each other, knowing everybody's got a bomb, which is not something anybody wants. We miscalculated. We didn't think about all of the potential off-ramps, the pitfalls. This was and if you go back and you read that article, nobody in the White House is denying what was said. Nobody, from the CIA to Raisin Kane to Marco to JD, what was said about, yeah, we could probably kill the guy, but then there's another guy, and regime change is virtually impossible with bombs. And uranium, we're going to have to go in, unless we can come up with a way. And now what? Now they've closed the straits. Now we've doubly closed the straits. Some stuff will get in, some stuff will get out. We're going to close off ports. They're going to close off ports. I mean, this is a frustrating thing because, yeah, prices aren't going down for a while. This isn't a snap your finger thing either. That's the other side of it. Even if today they said everything's good, we're all good, we all shook hands, they gave us the uranium, this is going to take months to get some of this stuff back online the way it should be. And that's just the reality of it. And now you've got to look out and say, hey, we got midterms coming up. You know what's going to happen midterms? You're going to get served. You're going to get boat raced. Mike Johnson, hold on to that gavel for as long as you can because they're going to come and take it from you soon. And if it gets worse, then you might look and go, whoa, we might lose the Senate. And then, right, you lose the House and the Senate. It's a whole new ballgame for Trump. With 2 years of being a lame duck, tons of investigations like you could not believe. And then what? Do you step out early? Do you pardon yourself or have JD pardon you? He moves to become president? I don't know. I mean, these are all things you got to think of. But your calculated thought was you're high off that. Look what we did in Venezuela. Venezuela was nothing compared to this. 92 million people, a military that's willing to actually fight, not a bunch of people who are hungry and people who are willing to snitch on each other so they could assume control. It's the reality of what's going on. I think we'd all love it if Iran laid down their weapons and they were kumbaya on everybody and we welcome back with open arms and they flood the market. Oil drops down to $60 a barrel or $62 a barrel and we're all living life large and it's $2.20 a gallon. Woo, look at us, and inflation drops. But that isn't the world we're living in. Not right now. Not right now. Right now it is ugly, and the Republicans, and they get that. They're going to go out and they're getting ready to do their tour where they're going to go talk about the one big beautiful bill and tax cuts. Yeah, you got tax cuts, but at what cost? And we got tax cuts, and now you're asking for $1.5 trillion for the military. Who's going to pay for that? Or kids? Well, you won't know them, so it won't be a big deal. And we're not even having kids, for God's sakes. Which is another thing. Meanwhile, at least over the weekend, on Friday night, something fun happened.
Houston Integrity Splashdown sending post-landing command now.
A new chapter of the exploration of our celestial neighbor is complete. Integrity's astronauts back on Earth.
In the water, though. In the water. Splashdown. Look good. All was well. They're out. They're moving. They're giving speeches later on. Everything seems to be good. They're hanging out with their family. They've got, and the pictures were awesome. No, despite what some people think, it really happened, Ken.
I do science.
Despite that, Ken's all, they're not real. They do it in the backstage. Have you seen the green screen with them floating around? They make it look like, oh, it's so spectacular. The amount of people that have AI'd that, thinking this is what it really looks like. You could take people that believe the earth is flat or that we've never been to space, and you could take them on the trip and they could go around the moon. They could be up there floating and they get home and say, we never even left anything.
Never happened.
Never happened. People, they couldn't believe that. I don't believe in aliens. Aliens could land, take you away to their world. You could be there for 100 years, come back, you'd be the same age. Everybody else you know is dead, and you would think it's just a dream. Some people you can't convince, no matter how hard you try.
I do science.
That's right. Thank you very much. One of the greatest scientists of all time, right there. Rick Sanchez. Phenomenal, Rick Sanchez. So, a lot of good stuff still to get to today. I watched a fascinating 60 Minutes last night about the trucking industry. Man, oh man. And some of you truckers out there listening, whoo-wee. It is crazy how the chameleon companies are out there, how many people are robbing you guys blind. It is nuts. We're going to talk about that, among other things, straight ahead. Chad Bencio, Super Talk 99.7. Omaha Steaks is awesome. I have it as much as we possibly can. And right now, site-wide, spring sale, up to 50% off. And you can create your own. But we're talking about the best protein. Imagine you go to the store now, you spend way too much money, right? And what do you get for it? Well, you get whatever it is, whatever they've injected into it, all of that kind of stuff. Omaha Steaks, you're getting tender, fresh, USDA choice. The essentials, they've got it all. The best in protein they've got. They've got everything you can dream of and then some delivered right to your door. It is that simple and amazing. 100% unconditional money-back guarantee. And when you use my code Benson, you save an extra $35 off at checkout. Whether you want sliced ribeye Philly steaks, air-chilled boneless chicken breasts, boneless pork chops, do not sleep on those. They're amazing. Whether you want butcher-cut fillets, all of these things, they've got it. Seafood, you name it, they've got it all. Take advantage of it now. The best in protein delivered right to you. No fake stuff here, just the real stuff from Omaha Steaks. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use code Benson, omahasteaks.com. Code Benson saves you $35 off right there. omahasteaks.com. Code Benson. See site for detailed terms may apply. All right, guys. Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, presented by our good friends. These guys are the best around, okay? So you got the spring Breathe Easy package going on, okay? So what does that mean? Well, you want to breathe easy, and I don't know about you guys. You start up, it gets a little warmer. The air, you turn it on. Next thing you know, achoo, achoo, achoo. These things starts happening. You want to get rid of those things, and that's what Busy Bee is going to do for you with their new AC tune-up. It's incredible. Indoor air quality, check, right? So this makes sure your family breathe the best air around. Duct inspection, premium air duct cleaning, remove built-up debris hiding deep inside your systems. And there's stuff in there that's just gross, and you know it. But that's not all. So Busy Bee is going to come, right? They're going to install a whole home germicidal system to help you reduce airborne contaminants with the premium service. You're also going to get a bonus unit fog deodorizer. What's that mean? Leaves your system fresh and clean, which is great. Gives that nice smell. So just like spring itself, this is what it's all about. Now, check this out. $11.99 for a 1.5 to 3-ton system. Regularly, $1,800. Or $15.99 for a 3.5 to 5-ton unit. Regularly, $2,100. Call 615-775-7833 or visit busybeehvac.com today.
Operation Epic Fury, President Trump telling reporters what he wants, what the guarantees, that is, he wants from Iran to reopen the strait. Meanwhile, there's the fallout from Catholic and other religious communities after his public spat with the Pope. And here in Nashville, driverless Waymo vehicles blocking up intersections. Details at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Already?
Yeah.
Didn't they just go live like Thursday or Friday?
Yep.
Have you seen them in San Francisco when they all pull up to the 4 stop signs together, and then they all kind of inch out and nobody moves, and they just then they start like honking at each other? Oh, it's great. This is going to be fun. So they're already blocking up stuff. I mean, look, will it get better? Yes. Is it going to be mostly good, yes. Is there going to be some problems? Yeah. And if something goes sideways, here's the thing, what I've noticed. When something kind of goes sideways, it goes sideways fast.
When do you think in Nashville we're going to have the first case of road rage involving a Waymo vehicle?
Oh, I bet that's coming soon. Oh. Yes, that's coming soon. And you're going to be in the back, and they're going to be pissed at nobody driving. Right. And they're going to then have to yell at you like it's your fault that you did this.
Right.
I'm just in the car, dude. Do you know how many Waymos they've released here?
I have no idea. I saw quite a few of them on Saturday.
Yeah, and I saw, I think it was Thursday and Friday, all like a bunch of country stars and stuff like that, all taking Waymo trips.
Well,
when you get in one of those, do they have you ride in the driver's seat?
You ride in the back.
Because I've seen people in them that have been in the front seat. I haven't seen a single one that had a person in it that was in the back seat.
No, I think when usually if you're in the front seat, it's because you're part of the Waymo team. So the people I've seen take it all can. I've done one, but I didn't get in the back. So we did one out in Phoenix, but I don't know.
What kind of a car was it? Like fundamentally, I know it's a Waymo, but like, was it a Buick or?
Yeah, it was like it was like a kind of like a Buick or because it had so much crap on it. It might have been. It wasn't a Toyota. It was an American-made car. It was like a Chevy or something. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't anything. It's like in an old Taurus or something like that. But it was newer. Is what it is. That's going to be our version of it. It's not going to be Waymo. It's going to be Chadmo, and it's just going to be you're driving around in like a 1983 Escort.
I mean, how much cheaper is it than just hiring an Uber?
I don't know.
It's not really much cheaper. That's the goal, though, isn't it? The goal is to have. Man, Uber's goal is to have people not have to take.
Yeah, they don't want to pay drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to get rid of Uber, so it'll be Waymo.
Yeah, Waymo. Yeah, that's right. Because then there's only one of them. It'll be way more expensive. But Uber's goal is to do it with Teslas. So, and that is going to be, I don't know how that's going to go. But the goal isn't just this, by the way, guys. I mean, we're going to talk about, the trucking industry. The trucking industry, by the way, which is scary for all you great truckers out there. I saw some of this crazy stuff on 60 Minutes, and I follow a lot of truckers because I find them interesting, the life they lead, how hard it is at times. But that's also the goal. In Europe, they already have some trucks that are driving without drivers. So big, as they call them, lorries or, the 18-wheelers, no drivers. Think about the money you save. My question, how do you fill up? There's no driver.
That's a good question.
Right? Like, where does that go? Like, if you need, so even if it's electric or you got to go somewhere to fill up. There's not magic. They're not nuclear. Because nuclear, you can go forever. That's why our ships can go forever.
I imagine it puts them to a waypoint where there's a full service gas station, like they used to have for humans.
They'd have to.
Yeah, I was going to say for humans or New Jersey. Doesn't New Jersey still have it? In New Jersey, right? Oregon got rid of theirs, and they did a whole segment on how to put gas in your car. It was hilarious.
Yeah, Oregon, they still have places where they don't allow you to put gas in your car yourself.
But New Jersey, that is the law, right? You can't put gas in your car because you never know what might happen.
Yeah.
But Oregon, they've changed the law, and the whole, so what you do is you take it out. You're like, what? Who? What? If you can't put gas in your car, you shouldn't drive the car. Is the rules.
It's very Portlandia.
It is very Portlandia. No doubt about that. Coming up, we'll talk a little bit more. Got some of your text messages, some love, some hate, as we all tend to do. Also, the insanity. Watching the 60 Minutes thing last night about these chameleon companies that make millions a week off their drivers and do not care who they put out there, do not care what laws they break. It is scary. It is. Talk about that straight ahead. Chad Metro, Super Talk 997.
1:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Operation Epic Fury President Trump telling reporters at the White House the U.S. wants guarantees from Iran to reopen the strait and to relinquish its nuclear program.
We can't let a country blackmail or extort the world, because that's what they're doing. They're really blackmailing the world. We're not going to let that happen.
Meanwhile, there's the fallout from Catholic and other religious communities after President Trump called the Pope, quote, soft on crime and said, I don't want a Pope who criticizes the President of the United States.
No, I don't, because Pope Leo said things that are wrong. He was very much against what I'm doing with regard to Iran, and you cannot have a nuclear Iran. Pope Leo would not be happy with the end result. You have hundreds of millions of people dead, and it's not going to happen. So I can't. I think he's very weak on crime.
Here in Nashville, driverless Waymo vehicles seen blocking traffic in multiple intersections just days after the company's public launch. Videos posted to social media show autonomous cars stopping in the roadway, holding up drivers downtown. Waymo says the cars paused while navigating tight turns in nearby traffic, including a pedal tavern and a bus. The company says no riders were inside the vehicles, and safety remains its top priority. Well, the head of the Texas Department of Agriculture has intensified his warnings to the state's beef producers. ABC's Jim Ryan says a parasite deadly to cattle is approaching from the south.
Now less than 100 miles from the Texas border, the New World screwworm is closing in.
It's like something out of a horror movie,
says Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller.
It's a flesh-eating maggot. Couldn't get any worse than that.
A 1972 outbreak of New World screwworms killed 90,000 head of cattle in Texas. It was finally eradicated with the use of sterile flies of the type that produce the screwworm larvae. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
The Wellness Institute of Nashville, my good buddy over there, Dr. Mitchell. My doctor should be your doctor as well. Right now, 47% off, right? Spinal decompression. Right? It's the best you're ever going to find. And it's not just because of what he can do. It's the knowledge and innovation he brings, like things like the Hydrowave, which is amazing. Stimulates your very own stem cells. Helps you heal better. It's incredible. They got robot lasers, anti-gravity machines. It is like being in a spaceship. It's awesome. Top of that, his knowledge is incredible. So it's not just the innovation, it's what he brings with it that is amazing. So if you're sick and tired of sciatic pain, right? You got bulging discs, you got slip, you got issues that are absolutely just kicking your butt, and you're like, I don't want to have surgery. Don't worry about it. That's why the Wellness Institute of Nashville. Get over there. See them today. Tell them I sent you 615-246-5009. 615-246-5009. Check them out online at painisbad.com. Painisbad.com for the Wellness Institute of Nashville. Ken. Is my Ken there?
Yes, sir.
Did you see that Brittany's in rehab?
I did see that. I wish the best for her.
Yeah, she needs it.
She absolutely does.
I hope she's not in the same rehab that Tiger's in, because that just feels like this is going to be bad.
Yeah.
She needs it, though.
Yeah, I wonder what it is that I guess finally pushed her to that.
I think they basically said, your kids don't want to see you anymore. You're going to, you're destroying your life and what legacy you have left. You still have a chance to get it back. You're young. So how about you start to get a grip, because now even your PR people aren't defending you.
Yeah.
Well, she had another DUI arrest.
Yeah.
Yep. That too.
Yeah. But her PR people said, oh, yeah, she was drunk or whatever. So they didn't even try to defend it. And everybody's like, well, they should have. And I'm thinking, no, they probably know her. They spend enough time with her. And they probably think this may be the only thing that gets her attention, because her dancing naked and flipping knives in a house that's disgusting isn't working. So, wish her the best. Her and Tiger.
Absolutely.
So Tiger's a hot mess.
Yep,
A lot of stories coming out about Tiger. A lot of stories coming out about the old time. I don't know how many AI meme things I saw this weekend of Tiger. It's the Masters, and you see this black SUV just come flying onto the course, flipping and stuff.
Oh, my gosh.
Here comes Tiger. He's ready for his teeing off stuff. You're like, oh, man. So, but there's one, because you and I have said for a while, along with Bell, this feels like a phone call that's coming on like a Tuesday afternoon, that they found her unresponsive if she doesn't get help.
Yeah, it would not be surprising.
Or she stabs herself and dies on her floor with one of her sweet tricks, half naked.
Yeah.
And that's being kind to her. That is it.
Yeah, that last that post she put out before she got the DUI, where she was basically naked. Yeah, I just thought right there, yeah, man, she's sinking. Yeah. She's going even. She's sinking deeper than she already was.
Yeah, and it's because you're watching it. You're watching this person implode, and it's tough, because she was America's sweetheart for a while. Then, of course, she had her moments where she started to really lose it, and she shaved her head and did all these kind of, and you're watching her. She's kids, and then she's imploding, and then the big thing with her family, and they get her, quote-unquote, free Britney. They did, and it's been a nightmare ever since. Maybe they knew a little bit more than you did. Maybe. But then the craziness started happening. Watching somebody dancing around like her boobs are falling out, and her pants, she's wearing a bikini, if that, and she's throwing knives in the air. And it's just, you're sitting there going, I'm watching a person, have a meltdown all the time. And it felt sad. And then she had this may be the best thing for her, this DUI that didn't hurt anybody. Thank God for that.
Yes, sir.
So 60 Minutes last night, very interesting. Have this big thing about these giant, trucking companies you can lease to own, and they do all these kind of things. Man, the scams are huge, and I'm talking huge.
Chameleon carriers are basically a network of companies, and they constantly reincarnate. And the idea is we are revenue focused. We are going to start this trucking company. We are going to run it into the ground to make as much money as we possibly can. And when you move on to the next, you're really doing that to try to abandon the history that you've created with that other trucking company, because you've run so poorly in the past year, right? So then you just adopt a new identity and you move on to a new carrier.
Just dissolve that company and
completely
slap
dissolve
a new
it.
name on the truck and move on.
Right.
And that's what they do, right? They dissolve it, no matter how bad it is. And they showed, guys just going out and they're getting their, the Department of Transportation, the new license number, go out and they just tape over the old one, and away they go, no matter how many violations they have, no matter what kind of a hot mess it is. It is scary, because you don't know who's driving along next to you. You have no idea.
You've got no violations. You've got no crashes. Things that people are going to look at and scrutinize on whether they're going to let you haul their freight or not don't exist. You're just a clean carrier to them. And within 21 days, you have a trucking company.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. There's no requirement to own a trucking company that you be an American. You can start it from anywhere in the world. $1,000, pay online, say you are who you say you are, and you've got a trucking company.
Do you have any idea how many of them there are?
You got 700,000 trucking companies. Let's just say the general estimate is 10 to 20% are operating somewhere in that spectrum of chameleon carrier. Thousands of trucking companies.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think it is? What are you thinking to yourself? How bad can it be? It's awful. This is the guy who kind of runs this. He's the guy that's the inspector, the federal inspector for all of these trucking companies. They got a little problems. There's 750,000 companies. He's got like 300 guys to go out and inspect all of these.
We are actively trying to find ways that we can do investigations more efficiently, more effectively. We have additional 40 investigators that we're trying to hire today. We have a new registration system that we will be rolling out this year. The system we have currently is like 40 years old.
I mean, you've got these rogue companies. They rack up tons of safety violations. They're a federally regulated industry.
Mm-hmm.
How is that possible?
We have a front door problem, meaning we need to stop this before they actually get into the system.
Are you familiar with the chameleon carrier company Super Ego? Are they on your radar?
They're a part of an ongoing investigation. We have prioritized companies who, through our data gathering, that are our top 10 companies that we need to be investigating.
And this Super Ego company is like the big one that everybody's focused on. And so I follow several truckers because I just find it interesting, not just here, but globally, how interesting it is. The life, you could tell who's a real trucker and who's just there for the money. But they're, these people like husband and wife, they're on the road. And this one couple I follow, she is sick, she's seizures, she can't work. So they live in their cab, they're saving up, and they travel all over. And it's great. And to watch them, but then you've got women that are doing. But you got a lot of these people. You have no idea who they are, and these companies. Check this out, guys. These companies, they're in Serbia, they're in India, they're all over the place. They set it up and they go, and then they screw the men and women who are working.
I've seen how much they don't care about you. They literally don't care about any driver on the road at all. They'd have me go out and do anything to get the money, no matter what the risk. They don't care if I got a violation or went to jail, whatever, for any reason. The next day, they'd have another driver in that truck and keep on going.
Can't be safe for the driver, can't be safe for us on the road.
Anybody. They promise you the world. They say you can make $8,000 to $10,000, $12,000 a week.
So did Super Ego live up to any of those promises?
Not at all. I was coming home with negative amounts on my check.
Negative money?
Negative, yeah, it was in the red. I was doing around 600 to 800 miles a day with that company.
And you come home?
With zero.
Zero. Or owing them money. And you're like, how? What the hell is going on? Well, they promise you the world. They're going to do all these kind of things. And I've seen it. Look, I've seen it with plumbing companies when I was in California. They would charge their drivers. They'd stock the truck, and they would charge they'd buy something for, $5 and put it on the truck. And they would charge their driver like $50 for it. 45, and you had to use their stuff. You couldn't go somewhere else. And so you're having to sell the homeowner something so expensive. And these poor people are going out there and they're getting ripped off. And I'm hearing from several of you guys too, the insanity of, one person said, I talked to one driver, said the company used green eggs and ham as the reading test for non-English speakers. That's insane. Absolutely insane.
Can you please?
So this is a person who goes, hey, wait a minute here. You want me to do what? You want me to do this? I just dropped this thing off. And they're saying the contract is a lot more than what you said.
Can you please send me the other document that the broker sent you?
Yeah, I can send you, but why?
He told me that he was sending out the rate con for $1,500. And then 5 minutes later, you call me and tell me I'm getting $300. Do you see what it looks like from my point of view?
Yeah, I do. And now how many of you guys are, Chad, it's a crappy industry and are being nice there, right? There are people that are saying, look, it's out of Chicago, which means the Pope's involved, obviously, because he's a criminal. But then you start talking about all the other things that's going on. And this is the thing that scares the person that's not, first of all, why people don't do stuff legitimately and make people happy and want to work for you forever because you do everything that you can to make their life better is beyond me, right? But they also want you to lie because, you've got how many hours you can drive legally, and then they can go, you know what, don't worry about that. We're going to change it so you can drive as much as you want, basically.
Delivering 2 p.m. in 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to be awful difficult.
Yeah, I know, but we can fix your clock.
By the push of a button, I guess, somehow, somewhere, they have control of the app where they can just reset your time and just make it go away.
You've driven 11 hours. You're required to have the downtime, and they change the device to make it seem as though you have not finished your 11 hours?
Yeah. There's been a time where I was driving for 18 hours. And I told them, I said, I'm done. I'm going to sleep and parking. The text message said, they don't care about that. They're not paying for you to do anything but use the restroom and drive.
That's it. And where is this coming from? Well, this company happens to be Serbian, and they pay bonuses to all of the people who get the contracts, right, for the load. And if you can screw the most people, make the most money, you get a big bonus. Everybody else, you're screwed. And the money they're making is insane.
They are only asking about making money from the driver, and they don't take care about safety standards. Yeah, they explain me that it's a normal thing to do. They don't have money to pay bills. They don't have money to eat. They don't have money to pay rent. They don't have emotions. The job, it's better to our owner make money than them. Some week 1 million, some week 2 millions.
Per week?
Yes.
For me personally, it's crushing because this is my dream. I wanted to own my own truck. I thought this company was going to, get me to where I'm trying to be. They just don't care. You're not a human being for them. You're just a number, basically, for sure that.
I've always wondered, why can't you treat people right and you find out how many people are willing to work hard for you, bust their butt. If you're loyal, watch what happens.
It seems like if somebody died or got hurt from one of these truckers that's been worked over and over their schedules, that would clear this up right away because those lawyers going for blood, even if it's overseas.
Yeah, but what they're going to do is what? They're going to declare bankruptcy, move on, start a whole new company. It takes them 20 days or 30 days to get up and running again, and they just move on. That's the problem with this. The problem with this is the way it works. And like some people are saying, leasing a truck is a scam, and that's why they got so many foreign drivers and drivers. Yeah, it's because it's if I can make 1,000, I'd rather make 20, I'd rather make 1,800 than you make 1,000 and I make 800. And I'd rather sell you a dream that's a lie, and then you come fight with me later, and it doesn't matter. And all of these, they talked to several of them who've been so screwed over by this, and those people are all over my TikTok trying to sell, come work for Ego, American Ego, whatever it's called. It's nuts. And you don't know who's been working for 18 hours that shouldn't be, for God's sakes. Just crazy. All right, coming up, a lot of stuff still to get to. Yes, we're going to talk a bit about it. The rich side and poor side of Coachella. CouchCella is not going to have rich side, poor side. We're just going to have the best side. A couch, which is awesome. Who's going to be performing at the CouchCella? You're going to find out tomorrow. It's going to be some big uns, though. I promise you that. None of this stuff about Justin Bieber and whatnot. None of that stuff. We're talking about that straight ahead. Chad Bensfield, Super Talk 99.7. Relief Factor is awesome. I take it every single day. It is amazing. It's going to help with your joints. It's going to help with your muscles. Right? One of the reasons I'm working out so much more, feeling so much better, well, because of Relief Factor. I can take it every single day. It's not addictive, and it's going to help fight that inflammation. That inflammation, especially as you get older, it really kicks you right in the and you don't want that. Relief Factor is going to help you in so many ways. That omega-3 fatty acids, resveratrol, all this incredible stuff, black pepper extract, which helps your body absorb it. You're going to feel the difference. Okay? And we're talking about, just the run-of-the-mill aches and pains. You're working out a little bit too much. Maybe you're doing extra stuff at work. You're starting to feel it, the inflammation. Don't always eat the best. Relief Factor is going to help you with that. So this is what I want you to do. Get yourself a 3-week quick start of Relief Factor. It's $19.95. You're going to feel the difference. You can take it every single day. Again, it's non-addictive. So what are you waiting for? Go to relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com, or call 800, the number 4, relief. That's 800-4-RELIEF for Relief Factor.
What President Trump has to say about the U.S. blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, and no apology to the Pope. We'll tell you about that. Let you hear it coming up at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
The differences between the rich side of Coachella and the poor side of Coachella is something. Because there are things I thought I would never see. Okay, so when it comes to the rich side of Coachella, the first person who pops up is Sophie Rain. As you guys know, she spent almost $200K for this Coachella trip. So you know she's balling. But all of a sudden, Kylie Jenner decided to stunt herself and show where she's staying at. As you can see, the mansion where she's staying at is incredible. Just look at this. It has its own basketball courts. It even has its own theater. Crazy.
Yeah, that's the rich side. How about the poor side, the other side of the tracks?
Do you want to know what the poor side of Coachella is doing? The poor side of Coachella is doing something called performative camping, and it's all because of this guy. He actually started this trend last year. He went viral last year for flexing out his Coachella camp. Like, he actually has a whole setup right here.
Now, I will say, dude set up his tent. So they all have their tents, and they set their tent up. It's all the same tent, right? You just show up in your car, and you got the tent. he brought everything. He's got a blow up like couch, like an L-shaped couch. He brought all these tables. He brought cookings. I mean, he turned it into a full, absolute apartment, including the fact that he's got a fan that he can hang from the ceiling because it's 100 degrees in Coachella right now. And I was laughing so hard, but a lot of other people, they don't have that. They screwed up.
Did he bring drugs?
No, he spent all of it on the stuff.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. When you spend all of it on the stuff, you can't afford the drugs.
It's one good way to keep you clean.
Yeah, but it was watching. He brought his. I mean, it was so funny. He did a hell of a job because he turned it into his apartment. He's going to be there for 4 days. It was fun. You're not getting out of the parking lot fast.
How many square feet do you think he had?
It was a big tent, probably about the size of this room, maybe a little bit bigger.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. And then he's got an SUV that folds down, and that's his bed. So, and they all have power. So, it wasn't that bad. He has a refrigerator. He brought the whole thing.
So, is power from a generator?
Yeah, they have all these generators. Here's the thing. The crappers were an issue. Always an issue.
That seems to be an American theme lately.
Yeah, it does. Well, yeah, space and on the ground. Doesn't really matter. Those were a big issue. And the showers for a lot of people, because you could pay an extra $10 and not have to wait. But not a lot of people did. And they were waiting in line 2 hours. Some people, they fill up water. They've got their own thing where they could dip. It's almost like siphoning, and they could give themselves their own showers.
That's weird.
Yeah, we don't have to do that at CouchCella.
No.
At CouchCella, there is none of that. And I'm telling you guys tomorrow, CouchCella, the amazing things that are going to happen at CouchCella are phenomenal. And that's what I'm excited about. It's going to be so nice.
I'm just excited about extra sleeping.
That's Belle today. I'm like, Belle, you okay? He's like, I didn't get any sleep. From what? From what? What didn't you get any sleep in?
I don't sleep well. I don't fall asleep. It's like if I don't go to bed immediately when I'm tired, I'll catch a second wind and then I'm up until 4.
You want to get high?
Yeah, that's pretty much what he should do.
Actually, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that.
No, on CouchCella, do you sleep? You'll sleep well. Like Ken and I sleep much better on the couch. It's very nice.
Yeah, I can sleep on my back on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can too, because it seems to be, first off, the couches seem to sink a little more.
Yeah.
So your body kind of pushes into them
contours
better.
itself perfectly.
Yeah, and when I'm on the couch, it's just sort of like I know I'm not staying here, so I can nod off. But when I get in the bed on that hard mattress, I'm just sort of like, all right, now what?
Have you thought about just saying, I'm staying on the couch. Let's see what this can do.
Yeah, I actually have.
Yeah, I think it's good for all of us, right? I'm telling you guys, that's why CouchCella is going to be so huge this weekend. It's the first ever CouchCella. So be prepared. Tomorrow, the big announcement of who's going to be doing what at CouchCella.
What are we selling tickets for?
Don't worry, man. We got it all sorted out. We get wristbands and the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
We're doing this for serious. All right, coming up, hour number 3 of the program. Ken's got the latest. Trump's like, I'm not apologizing to the stupid Pope. He's a criminal, and he liked criminals. So we'll talk a little bit about that. It's the Chad Vest Show. Super Talk 99.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes, but right now let's get an update. Operation Epic Fury.
President Trump says the U.S. blockade in the Strait of Hormuz has begun. The military blocking ships attempting to enter or exit Iranian ports there. Asked what his end game is, to force Iran back to the negotiating table or reopen the strait to bring down gas prices, the president said it's both.
We can't let a country blackmail or extort the world, because that's what they're doing. They're really blackmailing the world. We're not going to let that happen.
Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Meanwhile, Melissa Adon, traveling with the Pope, said he responded to Trump's comments while on the papal plane, saying he's not afraid of the president.
There is now fallback from the president's comment, including conservative Bishop Barron calling for Trump to apologize, and the head of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops saying they are disheartened by the president's words. All of this as Pope Leo is now touring Algeria, visiting with diplomats and also visiting a mosque and a Catholic church as he works to build bridges between Christians and Muslims.
And President Trump asked by a reporter about the image he posted of himself looking like Christ Jesus healing someone.
I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better.
Well, the image stayed up for roughly 12 to 13 hours before being deleted this morning amid growing backlash. Well, he's dropped out of the running to be California's next governor, and now there are calls for Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell to leave the House of Representatives. Now a formal ethics committee probe is opening. Here's ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
In a brief statement, the bipartisan leadership of the House Ethics Committee says the panel has begun an investigation into the California Democrat regarding allegations of sexual misconduct. One woman who once worked for Eric Swalwell told the San Francisco Chronicle he sexually assaulted her when she was too intoxicated to consent, once in 2019 and again in 2024. Swalwell has fiercely denied the claim. Other women have said Swalwell sent them inappropriate text messages and lewd photos.
Well, the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency rolling out a new statewide preparedness effort called Ready TN Faith. The program helps houses of worship strengthen their response to emergencies and natural disasters. Congregations can access free, customizable resources to improve safety, planning, and communication. Those that complete the program may be recognized as Ready TN Faith Partners. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Stick up for Orange Man.
What is up, everybody? Happy Monday. This portion of the Chad Benson Show is brought to you by NCA, National Certified Alarm, no long-term contracts, license number 645. I did not know this until really over the last 24 hours, that this was going on in our holy world.
I don't think he's doing a very good job. He likes crime, I guess. We don't like it. We don't like a pope that's going to say that it's okay to have a nuclear weapon. We don't want a pope that says crime is okay in our cities. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Pope Leo. He's a very liberal person, and he's a man that doesn't believe in stopping crime. He's a man that doesn't think that we should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapon so they can blow up the world. No, I'm not a fan of Pope Leo.
So Trump's going to throw down with the Catholic Church.
When did he ever say any of that? When has Leo been like, I'm a fan of crime?
He doesn't like war, which, you know what? Go back. Olden days, popes were fine with it. They were totally cool with it. This is not the olden days.
Find me a pope in the last 2 centuries that has been like, yeah, let's go to war.
Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Let's throw down. Especially, I mean, look, they've had all their problems. No, everybody recognizes that. Stop trying to defend, well, they were child molesters. Yeah, they were awful, and we've talked about that, and it's cost them dearly, right? Just like the Boy Scouts that gets Bell in trouble all the time when he talks about the Boy Scouts. How does it go again?
It's Boy Scout, then Weeblo.
Yeah.
Then Eagle Scout, or maybe Weeblo's after Eagle Scout.
Yeah. Or was it Cubs? Was there a Cub Scout?
Cub Scout, Boy Scout, Eagle Scout. Maybe it's Weeblo.
It's Weeblo, then Eagle Scout, right?
Then Eagle Scout, then convicted criminal.
And sex offender.
No, I'm sorry. It's Scout Master, then convicted criminal.
There you go. Oh, my God, people freak out about that. Oh, why? Right. Look, enough of this crap. He's the Pope. Yeah, don't pick a fight with the Pope.
And it's not surprising to me that he would want a country to not have nuclear weapons. I'm thinking his idea of a better world is nobody having them.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I think that would be phenomenal. Just great. Stop defending bad things that your side does. Be honest. Both sides are idiots. Somebody said, oh, well, you're going to be so happy when they lose the midterms. That way, your side. I don't have a side. You know what? Both sides are full of nothing but liars and idiots. And I'm sure we're going to get a text message in a minute from a few people here who text Bell and go, it's not nice that you say that. It's true. It's absolutely true. They're a bunch of asshats.
There is no rule. There is no rule present that says you have to be a Democrat or you have to be a Republican. You can, if you so choose, be neither.
Yeah, which is the best thing to be. You heard Ken laughing in there. He's right. Bunch of clowns. Your side. There is no side. They're on their own side.
If you are an individual that supports one of these two parties, you are supporting failure, constant lying, and damage to this country.
Long term. The amount of money that we're going into debt. We're fighting a war of choice, by the way. Well, they were going to get. Are they going to get a nuclear weapon now? Is that a possibility? It is. Are we going to put boots on the ground? Are we prepared to lose how many men and women should we have to do that? And God willing, we don't have to do any of those things. But here we are again, right? Picking a fight with the Pope, then posting a picture where he's like, I thought I was a doctor.
I thought he was a disciple.
I thought he was Doctor Strange. Is the closest doctor you can get in that moment. I thought it was a doctor. I thought I was part of the Red Cross. Really? Tell me, when's the last time the Red Cross doctors had lightning coming out of their hands?
I was just about to say that. I mean, since when has a doctor had glowing pills to distribute?
And after the praise be to Allah truth, I would have expected he would be more down with the Red Crescent.
Yeah. Sam, I mean, come on.
To be fair, though, after everything they put Trump through, I mean, he's trolling, like a machine gun.
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt. But you're also picking Catholics helped you get in charge, right? They help you, no doubt. And you're picking the Pope. The Pope's soft on crime. He's not a crime fighter. That's not his job. Well, I wish the Pope would fight more crime, but I know he likes crime.
His day job is Pope. His evening job is superhero.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just the way it is.
Because Poping what?
Poping ain't easy.
It ain't ever been easy, baby. You know that from jump.
I cannot believe my last newscast. my top 3 stories 2 of the top 3 stories is the president trying to defend himself against slamming the Pope and sending out an image of himself looking like Christ.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Chad, Dr. Strange was at least a doctor. He was a surgeon. I forgot about that.
That's true. Yeah, he actually was.
Oh.
That's how he turned into Doctor Strange. He was just, searching for a cure for his hands.
Yeah, that's right. So somebody said, Chad, 2 parties are bad. What do we do? What do is stop voting these people in. Look for the third party. Look for the person who is actually out there at the grassroots effort. Try to get that going. There's several groups out there, including Andrew Yang and them, who've tried to put together this get away from parties thing, the U.S. party or Freedom Party, whatever it is.
The first thing people have to learn to do is actually sit in front of your computer and do some research on these people. What are they telling you they're going to do? Because sometimes you can just look at it and go, well, that's a lie. They're not going to do that. But if you don't like the two-party system, don't be afraid to put a protest vote in, because the only way to change the two-party system is to grow a third party big enough to be able to compete.
Yeah. And it doesn't need to be huge, by the way. If you get 15 or 20 people across the country in a third party into the House, as close as it's been, and you get 5, 6, 7 into the Senate, you know what you have? You have a situation like you have in other countries where you guys are all going to have to come together and we're going to have to compromise, or nothing's going to get done.
You have to put a coalition together, or you don't have the mandate to lead.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And that's, that's what we want. Everybody's like, well, Trump's not a politician. Yeah, Trump's not a politician. You know what?
Trump became a politician the moment he took that oath of office.
You've been doing this long enough now. You're a politician. All right? That's it. That's like, when people say that, he's not a politician. He passed that a long time ago.
The first time he got into a meeting with Pelosi and the Turtle and what was
oh God, Chuck Schumer?
Yeah, who was before
somebody McConnell.
Johnson.
Smash McConnell.
Who was the House leader before Johnson?
McCarthy.
Boehner?
Yeah, once he was in a meeting with the leadership from both parties talking about trying to get a bill passed, he was cutting deals.
Yeah.
And that makes you a politician.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh gosh.
I'm going to ban all THC products.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what, guys, this thing's been going on here in Kentucky. It's really bad. That Thomas Massey fellow, he probably wants to smoke weed with his banjo.
I'm going to put bourbon in.
Meanwhile, he looks like a 56K modem about to hit the internet.
Yeah.
I love it.
It just stuns me that one state could vote in a Massey, a Rand, and a Turtle.
Yeah.
And the Turtle is just as rhino as it gets.
I know.
And the other two guys are as constitutionalist, freedom-loving as it gets.
That's the funny thing. The people telling me that you guys understand how MAGA Lindsey Graham, as I'll tell you what, it's super, right? He's anything but. And then you look over there and you're like, that guy seems to have it all going on. Old Massey and Ron Paul had it really going on.
Yeah.
He called it out long ago. And Sanders said, voting third party is a sure way to have forever Dems. No, it's not.
No, it is not.
It's not. It's not. You can, by the way, first of all, everybody's gerrymandered. Nobody wants to actually go, what if we put all of this stuff out there and just let everybody vote in a way where all things are being equal and we don't specially draw up our areas? It's like, all right, these 9 blocks are mine. Then we skip these 7 blocks and these other 8 blocks are also my district. And that's the way that we'll do it.
Well, and on top of that, why is it there? If we have a Democratic House and Senate and president, okay, that sounds like total control, because it is.
Yeah.
But what if we actually started looking at both parties as difficult, breaking promises, and unwilling to do what's best for you as a citizen? Because $40 trillion in debt, most of which was added by President Trump, is not good for the country.
Yeah. It isn't. And now he wants $1.5 trillion. For what? For the military side. We're spending $88 billion a month. $88 billion a month on interest alone. That is not sustainable. It isn't. Okay. And the more that we print money, the more that we try to keep this going, guess what ends up happening? Our money gets more and more devalued. Inflation starts to rise. There's only one place inflation starts. That's at D.C.
Central Bank.
Why is that? Because they can print money. You and I can't print money. Well, we can, but we'll get in trouble for it. So don't do it unless you're really good at it, like the North Koreans.
Yeah.
They're very good at it. So But picking a fight, first of all, picking a fight with the Pope because he's not a good crime fighter is bizarre. I didn't get that. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's just not good crime. He's not good on crime. It's not his job. His job's not to be good on crime.
Did the Pope start it or did Trump?
Trump.
Who starts? The Pope said something like, I don't like war. War's not good. I pray. He said something, too, last week about, because after 12 energy drinks, Pete Hegseth's like, Dear Lord Jesus, we really want you to give us the power to crush their souls. Amen. And the Pope's like, yeah, that's not the way that works. Right? And so that was part of it. And then it's just gone from there. But they've gone back and forth because he thinks that you should treat people that are immigrants nicely, because Jesus would. Or would he? And he's not a big fan of war. By the way, I don't want my Pope to be a big fan of war.
I can't remember a Pope in this last century that was pro-war.
So,
every time we've been into something, there's been not necessarily a negative comment, but at least comments about, hopefully this will end quickly. Hopefully, the damage will be mitigated. People won't lose their lives. It's just something, that a Pope is going to go out there and say.
Well, maybe this Pope is getting mouthy.
Got a little lip on him, don't you there, Leo? From Chicago, probably running booze.
I think he gets all the booze he needs.
Do you think?
Yeah, he can drink. It's not against.
No, he can get just
hammered.
Just Lily's knocked out, I tell you.
Infinite crackers and booze.
Crackers and booze. That's right.
I feel like I'm going to wake up and all of this is going to be a dream.
You're going to talk about did you hear that? I had a weird dream last night that Trump, first of all, he posted something about him being a doctor that was apparently, what? Okay. And then also Jesus, but whatever. And then some people bought it, and those people are, but then on the other side of it, he also fought with the Pope. He fought with the Pope. Basically told everybody the Pope was weak on crime and wanted the Islamic Republic of Iran to have a nuclear weapon so they could destroy the world.
Which is not true. He does not want
true.
that.
Oh.
And people need to stop looking at themselves as if they're Republican or Democrat and think of what is best for the country and how do we save ourselves from this problem of this giant debt that no politician ever has cut a single red cent off of.
No, and they all talk about it, right? Remember when I was
they give themselves raises.
Yeah, remember the Tea Party movement? We're going to do this, and we're going to cut. We're going to come in here. We're going to do this. And it's going to be great. We're going back to the old days. Small government, fiscal responsibility. That's what I think of that.
And then you got to repeat when Doge came around.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Doge. You guys still waiting for your $5,000 Doge checks?
Talk about a popcorn fart.
Yeah,
That's exactly what that was.
Let's write that into law. No, let's not.
Oh, yeah. Good God. All right, coming up, we got a lot more stuff to get to today. It's fun and frivolities on this mostly manic Monday here, playing the hits all day long. We got to think about doing Tradio.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I had so many people reach out and go, are you serious about Tradio? I'm like, maybe I am.
We might be, man.
We might be.
Who knows?
I'm up for that. So Tradio may be coming sooner than you guys think. But oh, yeah, okay. So we got a lot of good stuff coming up. On top of all of that stuff, guys, CouchCella. The big announcement is coming tomorrow. It's awesome. So you have Coachella, right? They go there. They spend a lot of money, all that kind of stuff. We're a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and a little bit lazier. So CouchCella should be coming here this weekend. Get ready for the deets on that, as the kids would say.
I'll headline.
Yeah.
I'll give you 14 hours on the couch.
14 hours on the couch. This is going to be awesome. Chad Fetzer, Super Talk 99.7. Bulwark Capital's awesome. They want to talk to you about, opportunities when it comes to your investment and your retirement. I was talking to my good buddy over the weekend. They're doing quite well, up about 18% just this year alone. Since last year, well over 60+%. Why? Because of what they do. What they do is they look for fundamental opportunities globally, and they take advantage of it. Lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility. They would love to talk to you, give you a free risk review when it comes to your portfolio and your investments, your retirement. It's simple and easy. You sign up for it at knowyourriskpodcast.com, or you can check out bulwarkcapitalmanagement.com, and they'll show you exactly how they go about, as active managers, trading and looking for things globally rather than sitting around putting in a few mutual funds and hoping for the best, but you never know. That's not who they are. That's not what they're about at Borg. Sign up today at knowyourriskpodcast.com. That's KNOWRiskPodcast.com. For our friends at Borg Capital Management. Investment advisor service offered through Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance not guarantee future results. Trek 2647.
Operation Epic Fury, President Trump defending his position on the blockade. We'll let you hear from him on that. Also, a House Ethics Committee investigation into Democrat Eric Swalwell. All these stories and more coming up at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Oh, Swalwell. That didn't go well for you, did it? Swalwell!
Isn't he the guy they accused of passing gas on the air that time?
Yeah, and don't forget Fang Fang.
Oh, yeah.
Fang Fang!
That's right.
You guys remember Fang Fang? That was, 10, 12 years ago? He dated Fang Fang? That was the Chinese intelligence officer?
Yeah.
The Republican Party in California is positioned in a weird way. So it's a jungle primary. So the top two face off against each other. It could be Republicans, it could be Democrats, but it's California. Right now, I think if there's a good chance if the Republicans have a shot at this, that the top two finishers in the primaries could be Republicans.
Really?
Yes, because there's such a mess. And all of the big unions came out and they all backed Swalwell last week. So now they've got to figure out what to do. And they're going to, and then the other thing is you've got 15 people that are running on the Democratic side, and all of them have 2, 4, 5 points. Swalwell had 12. But you only have Chad Bianco, the sheriff, who took all the ballots, and the other side of it is Steve Hilton, who Trump just endorsed, which, I got to be honest, in California, I would have said, dude, I appreciate your endorsement, but I don't know if
it's not going to help out here.
Yeah, it's not going to help out here. In fact, it may do the opposite. So but there's a very good chance, unless they consolidate, that the top two vote getters in the primaries may only be Republicans. Not that it matters, because they have such a supermajority. You have no chance of doing anything. At that point, you could make any of us governor. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah, it's like here. If Governor Lee doesn't want something and the General Assembly does, they're going to get it.
Yeah.
And his final reaction to it is usually, okay, I'll just let it become law without signing it because I don't want my stamp of approval on this thing. Because if he vetoes it, if it's important enough to him, they're going to go back and pass it over over the veto.
That's what they did in Texas over the weed thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because all of the veterans went to Abbott and said, dude, what are you doing, man? This helps us, this hemp and all this stuff. And so he just let it kind of expire without him signing it so they could go in law and the lawsuits could come.
And now we got people eating bags of gummies, jumping in wood chippers. It's just
damn wood chippers.
Insane.
Well, it's the Goomies.
The Goomies, baby.
You eat a whole bag of these, you could die. Who said that?
That was Dan Patrick.
You
want to get high? Oh, did he want to get high? Well, that's the truth, though. I mean, you guys know that. And then next thing you know, you're talking about kratom.
Yeah.
You don't even want to fight
another gateway
kratom.
drug.
Always a gateway drug. Right? All about the things. The guy's like, this guy, he was on kratom and then he died. You're like, that sucks. He was hit by a bus. Like, what?
It's like dying with COVID versus dying from COVID.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. So, yeah, so that when you have a supermajority, and like California right now, they could look at Gavin Newsom and go, we can do whatever we want, and you can't stop us. You can't stop us. And they've done that. They've overridden Gavin on several occasions because they're insane.
And there's been instances here where Lee didn't necessarily like a bill, but he let it become law without a signature.
Yeah. And that's, that way he doesn't take a stand really either way, even though he's not thrilled by it, but he doesn't want to veto it because then you got to still work with these people at the same time.
But he's smart enough to know that if the General Assembly wants it, they're going to get it.
They're going to get it. They're going to get it. And, it's when the first time they vetoed the hemp thing in the weed thing in Texas, that finally at the 12th hour, he vetoed it. And then they came back with something and the lawsuits are still going on because once again, government likes to get away in fun. That's the whole goal. Fun ruiners.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at, whether it's a place like California here, this is the problem with when you have two parties that have basically staked out the states they have, and they've turned them into one parties. And now we have very few actual seats that should be fought for when it comes to midterms or Senate seats because we've made everything one party in each state.
The Purple Party.
I wish there was a Purple People Eater Party. That's not happening, though. What do we have here? This is a red state. It used to be blue.
Yeah.
One time.
Yep.
And Al Gore.
Up until Al Gore lost. He lost us in the presidential election.
But it used to be blue, I mean, California, by the way, when I was a kid growing up, it was red sometimes. It was blue sometimes. It was always a little bit liberal, but it wasn't insane like it is now, right? Texas, it's heading kind of purple. Why is that? Mostly because of bad candidates. But, you've got – but how many states here? Do you see any –
Well, for all of
anything gets flipped.
For all of Reagan's conservative bona fides, when he was governor, he was very amiable to the liberals in their General Assembly, whatever they call it, and he was willing to give them things that they wanted if he could get. He was a negotiator.
His goal.
So it's not like he was over there going, oh, it's only conservative ideas.
One of his favorite things he used to say is, "Get what you can now, and we'll get the rest later." So that's the way it is. Give them some, we'll get some, and the rest that we need, that we really are must-haves, we'll get those later. Nowadays, it's, we'll stand on principle and do nothing.
The problem is, though, if the Democrats will go, give us some of your freedoms now, and we'll wait and take the rest later.
Yeah, don't worry. And again, both sides are bad. Can we all agree that we need to start over?
We need to start over, and we need to prevent the next set of parties, how many there are, from codifying their superiority over any other party to where they get the benefits and require the little guy to go out and get 250,000 signatures before they can even get on a ballot.
Because you know what they love? They're both corporations, and they have a monopoly.
Yep.
And that's one of the beautiful things they love to talk about is, we're the exact opposite, but when realistically – they're the exact same when it comes to all this stuff. It's about power. Either anybody in politics, minus a few, would switch parties if they knew they could keep power. Look at Fetterman. That's coming sooner than you guys think. I'm telling you guys right now. If you're missing the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. This is the Chad Mitchell, 99.7. Yeah, Fetterman's going to jump ship soon.
2:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. Operation Epic Fury, President Trump defending the U.S. blockade of the Strait of Hormuz.
It's going on. Right now, there's no fighting. Right now, we have a blockade. They're doing no business. I didn't like seeing boats come out if they were doing business with Iran, but if they weren't, no boats came out. So now Iran is doing absolutely no business, and we're going to keep it that way very easily.
A House Ethics Committee investigation being opened for California Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell. Swalwell has been accused of sexual misconduct by multiple women. He denies the allegations, but dropped out of the race to become California's next governor. We get more from ABC News. Political Director Avery Harper.
We saw the campaign really unravel for Eric Swalwell over the weekend with many of his staffers not only calling on him to drop out of the race, but also to resign from his post in Congress. We've seen Democrats in Congress say the same thing.
Newly launched Waymo self-driving cars are drawing attention here in Nashville after multiple traffic backups were caught on camera. Drivers shared videos showing the vehicle stopped in intersections on Demumbrian and 3rd Avenue South. Waymo says the cars paused briefly while trying to navigate tight spaces and surrounding traffic like pedal taverns. The company says it's reviewing the incidents as it continues to operate in the city. NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman touting a successful mission for the Artemis II crew.
I have no doubt probably pages and pages of debrief points that we will share with the other crew members. Again, the operational personnel will do system-by-system debriefs with the various engineers. We'll take those fixes and, again, roll them into Artemis III, which will launch next year.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Told him you know where all these go.
United Structural System is awesome and local. They're incredible. Let me tell you something. Why are they your local that you need when it comes to foundation waterproofing? Simple. They get it. They live here. They understand these homes, and they understand the foundation, right? And that's what you want. Trusted since 1994. 30,000 plus happy customers and growing. USS is going to come on out. They're going to check everything. We've got rain coming. We've got, it's getting time to that stormy time of the year. You want to make sure that you don't have water sitting somewhere it shouldn't be. Every crack, every leak, every issue that could be out there, you don't want to find out. You got mold, you got wood rot, you have foundation issues. You don't want none of that stuff. That's why USS comes out. Again, not going to sell you anything you don't need. Absolutely awesome. Going to take the guesswork out of everything. And again, I don't know how many times I tell you, knowing the soil, knowing the weather, knowing what we go through here in Tennessee, there is nobody better than USS. So this is what I want you to do. They're your repair solutions. Engineers stand up to local conditions. Call them today. 615-488-7855. 615-488-7855. Or check them out online at USSTN.com. Some fine text messages coming. We appreciate it when you do that. Go ahead,
All that
beat up
love.
the Pope. He's a raging socialist. Trump was portraying himself as a doctor. Jesus wears a hood.
No, he doesn't.
Wait, what? Do you know it, dude? Jesus totally has. He's got a hoodie.
He's got a hood now.
So, I mean, just
white sheet,
high
holes.
How do you even try to square that circle?
No clue.
I don't know.
You don't want to have to admit that you may have made a mistake, so you just try to double down.
Yeah, and
I thought it was a doctor. They told me it was a doctor. They said, sir.
They told me I was a doctor. I never asked what kind. I could have been a gynecologist. I would have been the best. Could you see him as a gynecologist? Only pretty ladies.
It's too easy of a joke. I can't even.
Don't give me any of the bigger girls.
I bought very small chairs.
Oh, Lord, that is insane. Absolutely insane. And a lot of you are, Obi-Wan Kenobi had a hood. By the way, did you see, you're a big Star Wars fan. So what's the new movie with the little guy? The little green guy? That's not actually.
The Mandalorian Grogu.
That's Grogu. That's not actually,
Yoda.
It's not Yoda, right? Like Grogu's
same species, different people.
Third cousin, right? Twice removed. That they say it's going to be the lowest opening in Star Wars franchise history.
That does not necessarily surprise me.
And do you want to know why? Because they have gone and have done so many television shows. Rather than just do a movie all on its own, they're just taking a television show and say, we're going to make it a movie. And they say people don't want that.
And these people found and fell in love with these characters on TV. So you're kind of pressing your luck, especially considering the state of the movie industry these days, to be releasing a big thing like that.
Yeah. I can't believe it. Now, this weekend, I told you guys to watch some of that shark movie, Thrash. I watched it. It was everything I wanted.
Cocaine shark?
Yeah. No, this was just sharks coming on, and they were eating people on land, kind of like
done
Crawl.
a lot of coke.
So, but they didn't walk. They because there was like a tsunami, massive storm that came ashore, and
so they could swim up to the
they
people.
could swim up to it. It was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you. I enjoyed it. Somebody's like, it was stupid. It was exactly what it's supposed to be. I don't go into a movie like that and think to myself, this needs to win an Academy Award.
Yeah, it's like you go and watch Cocaine Bear and go, wow, that's better than East of Eden.
Yeah. Hour and 23 minutes. You know what that is? Perfect. Hour and 23 minutes. People got eaten. It was fun. Guess what happens after that? I move on to something else. It's exactly what movies should be.
You know, the Sci-Fi Channel didn't make Sharknado sequels because the first one bombed.
They made it because it was awesome.
And people were watching it. It is a stupid movie. It's a ridiculous movie. And people loved it for what it was.
Yeah, you don't have to think. Just watch it.
You know what's great? Like if somebody goes, oh, dude, Sharknado 8's on. It's like, oh, do I have to watch the first 7 and know what's going on? No. In fact, it's probably better that you don't. By the way, just to let you know, Tara Reid is an android. She's like a robot.
And she's had her boobs fixed when she became an android.
Yeah, that's right. Finally.
I do science.
Science is great, though. I do like science. Yes, the Supergirl movies. We're getting Supergirl movies. I'm curious about that because I'm not. So she's kind of a drunk,
an alcoholic.
She's not a good person.
She has to leave the planet because she can't get drunk under the yellow sun.
Yeah.
So she has to go to other worlds to be able to get intoxicated.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad. Does she know that's a gateway?
She does. She does. Well, it is a gateway. She's probably taking gummies.
Gummies.
That's right. Plenty. You know how many gummies she would have to take?
You want to get high?
Yeah, that's probably it.
She'd have to take them off planet.
So on her planet, didn't her planet blow up?
Her planet blew up, but there was a section of it that, this is going to sound so dorky. There was a section of it that Brainiac caught and put under a dome and put it in a bottle.
Okay.
And it survived that way.
And so that's why she lived on there, but she can't get drunk.
Under a yellow sun because that gives her powers and sustains her. So that's sort of like a cleansing agent. You know?
Okay. So then she goes to other planets
Throws down.
And she throws down because all she wants to do is have a drink, and then everybody's... and she's got the dog, right?
Right. The dog is hers.
The
Crypto
dog is hers. Okay. How did he get the dog?
She left him when with Clark or Superman when she left Planet to go bar hopping.
Oh, okay.
So he stayed with Clark until she got back, and she was drunk when she got back, slammed into the wrong wall of the Fortress of Solitude, walks in and goes, "When did you move the door?" And he said, "I've never moved the door."
Man.
And then the dog sees her and goes, whoop, and just jumps right at her.
Okay. See, and he's got superpowers too.
Oh, yeah.
Crypto's got what kind of superpowers does she have?
Exact same ones as Superman.
Do they all have the same on the planet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's you thought like maybe some of them have different kind of powers. Like this guy's so smart and over here, and she could just go super invisible and stuff. But no, they all have the same thing.
Yeah.
So you're really not special on that planet.
Well, you're not singularly special, but if you're on Earth as a Kryptonian, you are special compared to the majority of the planet.
They're stronger than Vulcans, right?
Oh, let's not mix metaphors.
Yeah, they probably are. They're probably crushing Vulcan.
Yeah,
Don't
well,
you think?
and you can shoot a Vulcan. You can probably shoot a Vulcan.
Yeah, you can't shoot them. The all bounces off.
And then when the bad guy unloads the gun on him, then they just throw the gun at him.
Yeah, because that's what. Because the
what's
bullets
gonna
didn't work, but we thought, man, your arm is so good, this might kill him. Because you look like you could pitch in the major leagues. You ever gone to one of those things and it says, you go to a fair and you're going to throw your arm out? You're like, I'll show you how fast I can throw. You're like, I'll probably throw it 90, and you throw it, it's like 54. You're like, it must be broken.
You're cheating.
It must be broken. The original, was there a cat?
Yeah, Streaky the cat.
Oh my God, you are a nerd. That's what they said.
Comet the horse.
There's a horse?
There's a horse, and there was a monkey, too. I can't remember what the monkey's name.
Whoa, settle down with the monkeys.
There was a monkey.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it also have superpowers?
Yep.
No way.
Yeah.
So we're learning stuff
This
today,
is
kids.
this is the late 50s, early 60s in comic books for you, and it just got campy. And that's why when Marvel launched the serious line of comic books that they came out with, they decimated DC because people wanted more sophisticated, more intelligent type stories.
So did the monkey wear a cape?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What was his name?
I can't remember.
Interesting.
You want to get high?
Yeah, that's would be the name. It's like, did I just see a monkey fly by on a cape? I don't know what I am taking. What's in these goomies? But they are working.
All I had was 5 cookies. Why am I seeing things?
Ace the Bat Hound?
Yep, that was Batman's dog.
His name was Beppo? Beppo?
Beppo. The monkey was Beppo.
Beppo. Beppo also made pizzas.
He did what he was told.
That's right, as you should.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
He was a bad dude.
Ooh, he was, boy.
He was a bad dude. Tell you guys what, Beppo. I love your nerdiness, dude. That's why tomorrow when you do your first sports ball, Bell Talk Sports.
Shooty hoops.
Shooty hoops.
James Gunn is like he's basically the head of DC movies now. And he's a super nerd too. So that's why all these ancillary characters are coming in and things like that.
So Disney still have Star Wars.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so they're screwing that up.
Yes.
What about the Darth Maul? Is that a movie? Because there's a new one coming out. Or is it a show?
That's Star Wars.
No, but is that a show?
No.
Okay. See, I didn't know if that was going to be a show or a movie. I can't tell anymore.
It's been in comic books and a lot of stuff on YouTube, but nothing official.
Could you kick Darth Maul's ass?
Probably not.
Okay. Could Trump? Of course I could, because I'm a doctor and I could heal myself. And I do. I love how he said, I heal people.
I can heal him and I can lay him flat.
I think the Secret Service would probably take Maul out before he got close enough to.
I heal people. I don't think because I'm healing people. It's getting better every day. People just come up and touch my leg and they're healed.
I make my own business.
That's right. He is just so. You're right, man. I tell you what, you woke up this morning like, what the hell? Where am I?
I'm telling you, man.
How did I get here?
We need a Twilight sounder.
Oh,
because I'm not lying, boys. I tune out on the weekend. Friday, I'm out.
Yeah,
I am out.
All I do is check to see if there's breaking news, if we're fighting some other country, because of whatever reason we need to be fighting, and then that's it. Outside of that, I don't care.
Well, Ken can't even pick up his phone because he's usually like 3 seltzers in.
That's good. And some goomies.
No, I don't mix seltzers with my goomies.
Yeah, what happens?
That's too much.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sounds like a man who's addicted to a gateway drug.
That's right. The Gooms. Oh, man, I just got to tell you guys I'm going to get high right now. So I did this weekend, though. I woke up. I'm like, I did a little bit of work last night. I thought, you know what, I'm fine. And I woke up today, and I'm like.
Work for what?
Just putting some stuff together for today's show.
Oh.
And then I look and I go, so we're fighting with the Pope, and we posted this thing? I didn't post it. Somebody else posted it, and I thought I was a doctor. So wait, did you look or not look? Because if you looked, you would have known. Again, I don't know what kind of doctor you go to. A special doctor, you wouldn't understand it.
My doctor's always been dressed like a disciple.
With glowing pills.
With glowing hands. And then the people who are just bending over backwards, like, oh, I could see it. See, they get it. They get it. The Pope also really bad at doing stuff like bad at fighting crime. Could you see the Pope out there in the Pope-mobile?
Well, in all fairness, the Pope over the last 10 years, 15 years has been pretty bad at fighting crime. They just tend to move it to another area of the country.
Yeah, well, that's what or the world. They move them around. Now, I can't blame this Pope because he's new Pope. That's old Pope.
Yeah.
That guy had no, And yeah, they were awful. So were the Boy Scouts. So were several mega church leaders. So were several, I've seen sports, camps and all. A lot of them have been very bad at this. But I don't know if I'd pick a fight with the Pope. I just think it's maybe a bridge too far.
You notice neither one of them brought up anything pedo related?
No, they didn't. I was waiting for Trump to go, and, the other thing is, I don't deal with people. Yeah, because what's he going to say? Because, the Pope would hit him with an Epstein.
Yeah. Why did your wife have to come out and say she wasn't involved in Epstein?
Oh.
Yeah, that's still...
Still the weirdest thing last week. She comes out, and she's like, I did not know Epstein, and there's all these pictures. Those are fake. I'm like, I don't know if they're fake. I don't know if they're all fake.
You may not have been best friends with him, but you've met him plenty of times.
And there's plenty of emails to go back and forth talking about how you and him were closer than Trump and him. So
she did that so that if they actually release anything, and she's already gone on record as saying, "Hey, that didn't happen," that's grounds to sue him right away, scare him back.
Yeah, she got him. Well, I don't think it matters, But at this point in time, because apparently a lot of it supposedly has something to do with this hot Brazilian model who was younger, and there are issues there. Again, I don't know, because at this point in time, we're fighting a war, but I told you guys, if you thought the Epstein stuff was going to go away, it isn't.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's not. So be prepared for more of that. Speaking of being prepared, he quit for 2 days last week, decides to come in. I think today Matt's here.
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah.
All right, so Matt is here. Matt is back. We'll turn it over to him.
He's a man with his priorities. The Masters last week were his priorities, and now he's back to work.
Rory won again. Yep. Rory won that thing again. Got himself $4.5 million. That's a good weekend check. If you can get it, we'll wrap it up straight ahead. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 99.7. Matt is back, baby. Little son?
Hello. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Ryan, turn it down. What's going on, brother?
What's that? What's happening?
You look like you got a little sun.
Out of doors, doing some little honeydews. Had a good time. Had a couple of days off. Enjoyed it. Glad to be back.
Watched the Masters.
Watched a little of the Masters. Enjoyed that. I would like to thank Rory McIlroy, and CBS would like to thank Rory McIlroy for crapping the bed a little bit on Saturday to make Sunday interesting, and then going ahead and winning the tournament.
And giving up the lead.
That's right. It was nice of him.
I was kind of pulled. I'd like to see either Justin Rose win it or Cameron Young would have been fun too.
Justin Young's really for me. And I was talking to a guy about this on the golf course yesterday. So, Rory McIlroy has done nothing to earn my ire, but for some reason he gets it.
Same for me.
I don't want him to win.
I don't hate you, but I don't want you to win.
Right. I don't. And you seem nothing but a nice man. You seem nothing but a good family fella. Yada yada yada. But for some reason, if you're in contention, I'm like, I want anyone else to beat you.
I was pulling, like, last year, I was like, you know what? I'm glad you won it last year. You got the Grand Slam. I hope you never win the Masters again. I don't know why. I have no disdain. Him hugging his little daughter, Poppy, I thought was great. All of those things. I don't know why. I'm like you. I talk about this day. I don't know why I have a disdain for if it's his face, if he's like an angry leprechaun. I don't know what it is.
The 360-yard drives, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Man, he drove that, was it that 350 yards, like to 10 feet on that drivable par.
And what a butt fumble by CBS. If you were watching yesterday, he's on the 18th. This is the moment, and he's 2 shots ahead, so it's not that, but then he drives it into the next. If you know anything about Augusta, he drove it into like Columbia County. I mean, he drove
almost
it
onto the 10th.
He drove it off the property, and how do you not get a shot of his second shot is beyond me, because it was like 45 seconds. They had no idea where the ball went.
Yeah, that was just so. Yeah, and same thing with who's he with playing with Cam Young. Cam Young hit his shot, no idea where it went. They just showed a picture of the green, and you're just like,
and Jim Nansen.
I think it landed.
A tradition unlike any other.
It was. Yeah, that was not good. Nobody was prepared for the shot.
I mean, I couldn't help but root for Scheffler too.
Yeah,
I mean,
Scheffler too. Man, he missed that one on the 17th. That was just a time.
Yeah, he had every opportunity, but no, couldn't come up with it. But yeah, enjoyed some of the Masters. Enjoyed some of the out of doors. We're battling carpenter bees at the house, so that's a lot of fun. The bees and the squirrels are currently winning the war of Murphy-Lago.
So, the carpenter bees, are they inside?
Well, I mean, they want to burrow into your wood, right?
Yeah.
So that's what they do. They burrow into wood, and then they go up there, and they've got little you can hear them. No, you can hear them, and it's weird. And they make little piles beneath where they're burrowing, and little piles of dust. And so they do that. They chew through there, and then they put their larvae in there, and then now you got baby carpenter bees, and so you got to battle that. So if they get up in there, you can do WD-40. I got all the tricks. I've been using my pickleball paddle on them. Whack! Oh, it's such a glorious noise. I mean, once you get over that, I mean, like, it took me like 10 seconds to get over. Oh, it's God's creatures. Yeah, it's God's creatures destroying my new house. Whack!
Yeah, that's right.
This is mid-century modern. Whack! I don't even have my insurance ready for this. Wabadam!
So we've got a little church set up, carpenter bee church set up in the front, and so Erica tells them to go to church, go get some religion.
That's it.
So that's fun, and they are in wild abundance. So that was my vacation.
What are you talking about today?
We'll do some Iran, obviously. We'll do some Trump. I don't really care what the Pope thinks about world politics. We'll talk about that and more fun stuff. Take calls, so we'll do it.
Right on. You guys have a good one, and remember, Hot Take Tuesday tomorrow. Later.